Hello. Good afternoon. Or good evening. Or good morning. Happy time zone, wherever you may be. We're jumping right into this today because I need to walk over to where the new entry is. But how's everyone doing today? Welcome back to Anthology of the Killer. It's been like, not a month, but a while. Oh, those are the bonus tunnels. That's Drool of the Killer. How are we all doing? I want to know. Cats. The flesh of the killer is that way. I love this launcher so much. Blood of the killer is that way. This kind of... How much more tickets again? I am becoming increasingly skeptical that all the young people love it. Retromania. Oh, here's ears. Live music. Wow. Cool. Fourth wave ska. Oh shit, they got guitar lessons. Hello. Welcome, everyone. How are you all doing? I'm tired. I am going to admit something. Are you ready for a little behind the scenes, chat? Are you ready for a little behind the scenes? As far as why stream is late today by 2 hours. Okay, ready? Here we go. I wanted to take a nap. That's it. All I wanted to do is take a fucking nap. So I slept for like 2 hours. I slept until like a little after 4 o'clock. After getting home from grocery shopping, and then after lunch making prepping some stuff for dinner. Modest is going to assemble the rest of dinner because he's a sweetheart. And now here I am playing Anthology of the Killer, and I have some tea steeping. Never ignore your body when it tells you to sleep. Yeah, tell my bosses that. No, Proxy does not actually sleep at work. Not anymore. I did at one of my jobs. I will admit, I did sleep at one of my jobs. But anyway, we have a lot of reading to do today. And so I have tea with me. Weepster, 50,000 weeping men can't be wrong. I don't know, have you ever encountered men? Ears of the Killer. I think this is it. This is finally the time that I murder somebody. ZZ, I just wanted to let you know I'm preparing to walk the demon's path with or without humanity. Alright, have fun. Don't try to stop me. I'm a creature of the darkness now. You'll probably never see me again. Oh, goodbye. Try to put the mirror back behind you on the way out. Say, I'm vanishing into the abyss. Only one word is sounding through my brain. Kill. Kill. BB, if the music upstairs is bugging you so much, why don't you just wear earplugs? I do wear earplugs. I can still tell that it's there. I'm going to go get ice cream or commit murder. I'll decide in the car. You know, this is why cars are bad for society. Because, like, you can always walk somewhere in a walkable place. And then, you know, you have to commit to, like, having stuff to murder on you, you know? Or you can just go get ice cream if it's on the way. Cars are responsible for an increase in murderers. In this video essay, I will. Oh, chat. Lapsang Souchong is such a good tea. It smells like a campfire. It's so smoky. It's been 3 days of not getting enough sleep. Since then, I've become more beast than human. Someone who can't be held responsible for the horrible crimes they're going to commit. Hi, friends. Hi. Hi, honey. Hi. So you're going to slip a passive-aggressive note in under their door? It's going to be very snippy. I don't like to do this, but sometimes it comes down to desperate measures. I'll knock on the door, but that's usually a bad idea in this apartment. Well, I'd knock on the door, but it's usually a bad idea in this apartment building. Wait, these passages are really starting to fall apart. What's back here anyway? Man dressed as a clown sits unmoving in the empty room. At least he's not playing his records loud. Whatever happened to being neighborly? Come no one else seems bothered by this music. Am I the unreasonable one here? Is this a normal thing to do? No, here's the thing. As a person who blasts her music super loudly, I do it in headphones. Downpipes come echoes for the whole apartment complex. Footsteps, some furniture being moved in rooms you'll never get to see. Solid night ambiance, gone. And for what? Sometimes you just also hear dogs barking. I'm a simple person who needs 8 hours straight of dim whisper noises and fingernail scuttling in order to be at my best. Is it too much to ask of other people? What about my needs? No worries. Enjoy your lurk, honey. Alright, let's go, let's go. Oh, Lapsang Souchong is so good. Slugs, also hello, Slugs. And if Chipper's there, hello. I didn't even think there was anything on this floor. Thick layers of dust lie undisturbed on plastic ferns. The wallpaper is on a rare nautical theme. Hello. Flesh-like sludge seeps out from under the door. So much for slipping a note under there. The door itself swings open as if from a secret breath. Realistically, this is a job for the custodian, but I'd still like to get some sleep sometime tonight. Where's the sound even coming from? Did somebody leave their radio on under the goo? Welcome to the goo, everybody! Inside something like an instrument, I can see a record turning. What kind of dark relic could be buried in the middle of all this? Midnight Sex Party at Dracula's House. Exciting surf instrumentals for young people by Blue D. Hans and his Night Stranglers. B-side, Haunted Castle. Copyright Golden Grave Records, 1965. Every apartment building has a goo room. Find yours today. We don't talk about the goo room anymore. We're not allowed to. They're still investigating. Ah. Sealing the goo room off permanently. Yeah, like, we do have to seal it off, and it's not because of the murders or, you know, the other murders. Not even the third set of murders. It's because it's a safety hazard. Hey, this wallpaper kind of That is a bird covered in goo. Those are more birds covered in goo. Reminds me of the one time I went to Chick-fil-A. Yeah, people keep going in the goo room without proper PPE. Wow, sensational! Folks, wasn't that poignant? Let's all give it to up-and-coming recording artist Baby with her new song, Forced to Eat a Bird. Remember to support local talent by buying her CD. And now, the act you've been waiting to see, the horrible screaming murders, their hot new single, Screaming, 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 Screaming! This is still better than Chick-fil-A. Oh yeah, like, here's the thing. I went to Chick-fil-A once when they opened up in mass before any of us knew about, you know, their positions on things, and I thought it was mid. And now even more so, I think they're dog shit. No, it's Screaming, 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 Screaming. Yeah! This guy's really sold out of their last single, Screaming, Screaming, Screaming. Is that a cover version? Do you hear the Weepster's new song, QQ Tears? Each tear is for a different person he has strangled and killed. Talk about emotional sincerity. Hey, I got your set. Very milk can. Care to answer some questions for my zine? It's zine, as in magazine. Also, where am I? What day is this? Question 1, what are your influences? There was a record by Blue D. Hans and like a house and a bird or something abstract in the shape of the bird. Like the Holy Spirit? What? Later in the same piece, he calls you the Pat Boone of singing about murder. Fuck, what does that mean? Why does everyone who writes a music zine talk that way? Catholicism sweeps new wave. Asks for opinion on the vernacular mass up-and-coming recording artist BB replies, we review the top new crimes. Knives or rope? Old favorites ranked at last. Well, I support your dreadful cultural ambitions, but don't you have anywhere else to put all these boxes? I was hoping those were yours. What's inside these anyway? Yes, pretty much what I was expecting. Having fun with BB on stage. Hold on, 12 super hits. Give me a second, I need to toss out this tea bag. It's soaking through the paper towel. Alright, also, now that that pin is done, by the way. Manually unpinning this at the end of stream. There we go. Vote for this Tuesday's game, everybody. Currently, we have a tie for first, which never happens. Death, 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 death. Sounds kind of Beach Boys-y. Well, I did sometimes daydream about being a pop musician. Although I also like to imagine I'd be conscious at the time. At least the lyrics will be easy to remember. I just hope I can get rid of these CDs. ZZ, can I use your computer to look up something? Sure, just don't look in the other tabs. Rockadoodle Girl Chicken Reel? Cement mixing videos 4 hours. Blue D Hans and his Night Stranglers fan shrine. Okay, Rockadoodle. I haven't seen Rockadoodle. It was always the toughest case I'd ever handled, but I always had trouble saying no to a dame. How do I turn off the detective? Just ignore him. I still need to update the blocker. Golden Grave Records. New Age music for now people. This is our new location. 1252 Pyramid Street. Music Gardens, XX City. Last updated March 1997. Site under construction. I voted and I only reinforced the tie. I am so excited to see what's going to win. There is still time for any of the other games to make a comeback too. Y'all got 7 hours left to vote. It's not like I have another place to start. ZZ, I think... Where are you wearing a tie? I just got a job! Some kind of youth group in the Beach District was looking for someone to run their email newsletter. With my knowledge of HTML, I was naturally the top choice. Now I'm officially an office lady, or OL. Just a matter of time till I start making the big bucks and I can finally pursue my dream of becoming a gothic novel heroine. Couldn't you do that anyway? Turns out that requires a surprisingly large amount of starting capital. Incidentally, BB, if you want to ask for advice on finding a job, feel free to ask. It appears I know all the tricks. Thanks, but I seem to have my own thing going on right now. Of course, now I'm gainfully employed. I'll need to find a volunteer to run the table at the Retromaniacs convention this week. Absolutely not. I'm busy. Only serial killers attend those things anyway. Well, don't get me started with that. You hang out with serial killers all the time. I run away from serial killers all the time, not sell them merch. Well, maybe you should monetize your hobbies. Oh shit, we have a player select. We'll start with BB. Let's see, Pyramid Street is out between the Rat District and the Temple of the Patriarch. That's not too far. One nice thing about this city is that everything is just a skulk away. Fresh meat. Real hair! We do need more skulkable cities. Some policemen are at the intersection examining a pool of blood through a comically big magnifying glass. They close off the street, but that's okay since I can head down the side. I hate these. Street closure. Have you seen this man? Oh my god. Can't believe I didn't even check today's police sheet before I left the house this morning. Somehow it gets more abstract and sprawling every time. Doctor? There's another closure up ahead, but I think I can cut through that apartment complex. Maybe? Man, I don't feel at my best today. I still can't get that tune out of my head. Death, 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 death. Junk leaflets are piled around the door of the lobby. Smiling faces, luring guitar, or write song lyrics that impress their friends. Nobody's been collecting them lately. Sounds like everyone's already busy. In the doors I can hear movement, low thumps and clangs, uncertain and irregular, like people working in the dark. Or else like people practicing scales for a type of song I'd never heard. Who did put the bump in the bump bump bump? And would you really want to shake their hand? It does kind of have 90s dude energy. And excuse me, they're called ragas, not scales. It's not like there isn't some other dumb fad every few months here. Like the unboxing craze. It was almost a relief when they started finding body parts. Hey, isn't this the address? Funeral man, coffin warehouse. Sorry for your loss. Me too. Golden Grave? 1 second.
Hello, you must be one of the investors. Make yourself at home. Please excuse the mess. You caught us in the middle of some excitingly dynamic organizational reshuffling.
Hey, these are some quality coffins. Just to avoid a comical misunderstanding here, you guys are a music label?
Yes, yes, a label for the new music. This way, this way. Please, no more. No more venture capital. No more, no more. Please ignore my soon-to-be ex-business associate. I can assure you everybody here is 100% thrilled by our move into a more creative direction. What you want should be right down the stairs. I admit the change in direction came as a surprise to us as well. But the invisible hand can make no mistakes. Stacks of old band merch in the basement that we found when we moved in. Copyright expired. We just thought the name was cool. Bags of money started showing up afterwards. That's how I knew. This is the start of a new age, that vast rewards would be awaiting anyone bold enough to drop what they were doing and seize the throne of cultural production. Introducing the stars of tomorrow! How? A simple and delicate arrangement of wires. The breeze from our passing is enough to set them twirling. A new dance every time. Tremendous savings.
Jeez. Yes, indeed. And are all of these locally sourced?
We've been using whatever washes up on the beach. These are the prototype models. It'll be a while before we're ready to scale up production. Next step will be getting them to sing. Listen, put your ear up to his chest. Don't be shy. Doesn't it sound exactly like the ocean?
Wage labor. So it's finally come to this. Awful penance for my misdeeds in a former life? Well, nevertheless, the grey mouse of despair travels over my duvet. Another beautiful and tragic journal entry. Eventually I'll package these all up and sell it as a book at ZZ, the poor dead genius whom everyone mistreats. Why not get my posthumous validation while I'm still alive? I better get to work. Positive Way LLC. All I said was that it was around the boardwalk somewhere. Can businesses be shy? Guess it's still the off-season. Heaps of unsold merch molder crabbily... beach merch molder crabbily behind the nailed up doors. Two gulls on the boardwalk are trying to peck apart a plastic clam. I want that plastic clam. Chat, hold on. Okay. I'm a sucker for sea creatures, in case you couldn't tell by the gar. In case you couldn't tell by the gar. So, when I was at ScotiaCon, also hello, here's Proxy in the flesh. I'm very comfy today. I'm in my oversized hoodie. It's pretty great. So right here, I've got a plush crab. I got this at ScotiaCon because I was like, I saw it and immediately was like, oh, I need to have it. And more importantly, it squeaks. So if you sell plush sea creatures, chances are I'm gonna want to buy one. Further down the beach, I see people moving towards the water. Are they trying to surf? We don't get any big waves around here. In fact, I'm not even sure if that's an ocean. They should make a blowhigh-sized gar just for Proxy. Yeah! I also want a slowpoke plush. My gamer boyfriend has never been charged for his crimes committed in 1988, 1991, and 1993, and if not stopped, he will kill again. And yes, he bought me this shirt. Some time before work, so decide to catch up on the psychic health of culture as revealed by this slogan at shirts at the Sassy Beach wear. I should get this one for BB. Spiral Stair only seems older than the pier. Seaweed crunches underfoot as I head down. What's that thing that they say about seaweed? It only grows above the water level or something? This looks like the place. Time to launch my professional career. I've never really had a job before. Maybe they're good? I'll try to keep an open mind. Hello!
Hello, hello!
I'm the new hire.
That was today? Well, you certainly got here just in time. I used to be in charge of keeping the website up myself, and I'm not hip on all the new technologies. I mean, HTML3, HTML4, what's next?
Yes, that's how they get you.
Luckily, I had your desk set up already. It's just back here, past the communal dormitory. This is the main office, the fax machine to your left. As you can see, we're very modern.
Are we the only people here?
Oh yes, of course. Officially, they're all out on the away mission, but I don't think they'll mind you borrowing a desk while they're away. This is computer. Use the arrow keys to move around and access sites and programs.
Yes, wait. Why did you hire me if you didn't think I know how to use a computer?
No one else applied.
Well, at least he's paying me. Wonder what their site's like. Yes, that figures. Red alert! Next stage of human evolution imminent. Comet Hyaktake brings closure to the Positive Way Research Unit. Get paid to re-email. Form a downline and get paid even more. Get $10 to start free. Proud to announce. On 77XX, research group leader Mr. President officially draws curtain on the human experiment pending graduation to new species, possibly some form of ray. Of course it's a cult. While our human selves will not survive the transition to an extraterrestrial way of life, we are serene and confident that we shall nevertheless be returning soon to spread good news about the world that is to come. Mr. President demonstrates his favorite pyramids on eve of grand voyage. Organizing large trash pickup for the big day. Members relax by hanging 10 upon the waves. Positive Way video lecture series, now $25.95 plus payment and processing. Limited offer. God, why is my throat like this? Y'all, do you know how much I love fake UIs? Like fake web UIs or fake computer UIs? Or fake web pages? I love that shit. So you've decided to return to the sea. Many have had a feeling that leaving the sea was a bad decision. In this hour-long tape, Mr. President examines the pros and cons before coming to a measured and reasonable conclusion. The mundane monochord. Know your rights, know your responsibilities. If struck in the more spiritual part, the monochord will give eternal life. If in the more material part, transitory life. Many are saying this. Find out why in this catered seminar. Giggles, guffaws, and goofs, the best of laugh time at the compound. Between revelations, Mr. President often keeps the away team in good spirits with his patented collection of wisecracks, impersonations, and good-natured comedy riffs. This hour-long video cassette reveals a lighter side to the Positive Way, while also containing important messages about how human life was a mistake. Princess Di Memorial Awards Site of Elegance. Look, a job's a job. I'm not running away. I'll just find that guy. Try to be very clear about my career expectations. Also, I should probably ask for the money up front. God, this is so cool. This is very laser tag arcade flooring.
Oh, I didn't hear you come in. Just working on one of the organization's little revenue sidelines. But sales have really fallen off since Volume 4. Starting to think people have had enough of the soothing aquatic mammal sounds.
Well, anything is possible.
Plus, you are not seeing the organization at its finest. When I think of the glory days, when the group was still together, not yet departed to the level beyond human, vanished to the next dimension, never to return. Hello. We came back.
One sec, chat. Hey, wanna play as an unidentified corpse, chat?
Sometimes in my grave I sit and dream of the world I saw back in the golden age of horror-themed novelty records.
Listen, let me tell you about it. Also, hi, Cat. And hi, Suddenly Centipedes. I can't believe I suddenly have centipedes.
Everyone knew it was the next big thing. Every night there'd be another band, private press recordings, so amateurish that they were sometimes just a background hiss like night surf. Riding, screaming, wearing masks. I don't know who came up with that idea. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
There we go.
Oh, thank you so much for the 26 months, Cat. Really appreciate it. Oh God, thank you. Suddenly Centipedes is my indie band name, and Suddenly Centipedes, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Cat Cafe. Hope you enjoy your stay. Welcome on in. Not sure why my stream labels aren't updating. Yeah, that's so true, Jotnimus. You're a delight, Cat. My God. Thank you so much, seriously. Let me give Cat a shout out. Go follow Flannel Cat. Absolutely one of the most fun people on Twitch. Thank you, Crimson Nova. Corpses, corpses, corpses! I was in a group called the Cat People. At the time, we thought cat people would be the next big monster type archetype, like Wolfman or the Mummy. It was an innocent time. We had a sense of purpose then. Proxy, did you got the gunk? Yeah, I've been infected by the gunk. Christ. One sec. I'm congested still. There was one group everyone liked. They had a maniac killer theme that was very auteur at the time. During sets, they'd stop and point into the audience. Later on, another body would wash up on the beach. Nobody minded. We all knew it was part of the exchange. I will do that on the break. And thank you all for starting a hype train. What the fuck? Somehow the scene never hit it big. Things lost momentum at some crucial point. Bands split up, the money never arrived. One by one, people drifted away back into the straight world. Gross. But I never felt disheartened. I knew the life we glimpsed was still out there, buried under history like an unexploded mine. I know that there's a place for me underneath those waves. Alright, do we want to play as BB or ZZ? ZZ looks like she has anxiety. I like her. Wow, is that your type? No wonder why we get along so well. Anyway. We'll start with BB because we did just do ZZ. Eventually, Funeral Man gave me the scoop. The rest of the merch they'd found in the cellar was being sold off that day at a memorabilia event. I have a cough drop in, by the way. But to get inside, I'd have to do something I swore I'd never do again. Welcome, Retro Maniacs, top quality nostalgia wares and other. Ask our helpful representative. Cough dropout from Cough College, yeah. Hope you feel better. Thanks. I'm not sure why the cough has come back after a few days of not being here. Just congestion. Oh, she looks so done. To avoid eye contact with potential Retro Maniacs, I've been catching up with the music press. New releases: BB Death to Life, review by Johnny Murder Blood. Can color be a sound? The Question, recalling fervid days of undergraduate frenzy scored to the sound of Jerry Monroe's Sally ambient techno remix, seems somehow both apropos and turgid when applied to the new release from mysterious up-and-coming musical auteur Bebe. Yet reminds me of an anecdote blah blah blah. My alter ego has been releasing more material. Where did I even find time for this? Did I pass out in the shower? The Weepser, Weeping the Night Away. Once again, an album of lacrimose hits from the Weepser. But is that enough in today's political economy? Luckily, there are no customers yet, so I think I can slip away. Storefront isn't actually registered with the convention. It's just cheaper to get set up in a closet and wait for somebody to get lost. Main hall. It's busy, but I think I can make it through if I don't look anybody in the eye or express any kind of musical opinion. Which really wants me to tell you about my subscription? I mean, you should. I like it when people tell me about their subscription. Actually, these people might be too busy making money to be interested in killing me. There are more suits around than usual. Exactly what are all these people hoping to buy? Rubik's Cubes. Knives. I want to play the Nintendo Dreamcast. And the Sega Game Box. Nintendo GameCube.
Alright. Happy Subaversary to me.
Alright, Subaversary. My god. Culture workers crowd around the stalls, digging through boxes of hit clips and moldering Teen Beat magazines in search of unexcavated desires. Thank you for the 1 month sorry, 1 year resub. Holy shit. Thank you. In search of unexcavated desires, can mankind be doomed to repeat the sins of the past? Is a frilly dress and a subscription to Proxy. Sometimes you need a frilly dress. You made Paper Mario a horror game. I mean, I wouldn't call this necessarily a horror game. Probably a horror comedy. Leaning more on the comedy. Mask masks, mask masks. Oh shit. Dendi. Evil Dendy. See, Caesar films here. All kinds. Little Caesar, Black Caesar, High School Caesar, Deep Space Caesar, Caesar versus the Haunted Moon Women. Fantastic value. Were the women haunted or was the moon? Look, I don't know what BB's problem is. I love going around retro convention type things. Just the toilet. Can I buy that? Hello, dog. I saw you looking around. Please visit my stall. If you're a true memorabilia head, you will find many rare items to your liking. I'm kind of busy right now. I like your mask. This is a circa 1975 Dapper Dog mask. Are you a Dapper Dog fan? List your top 15 Dapper Dog episodes. No. Can't even name a single Dapper Dog episodes, and yeah, you think it's okay to make some, I don't know, some little comment about my mask. People like you really make me sick. I think I'm going to have to dream about you tonight. I dream about climbing through your window and wrapping my hands around your neck. It's a special dream I have about people I despise. Sometimes I'm not even sure it's really a dream. How much is the ceramic pineapple and sunglasses? $400. Is he a delightful fellow? I knew you had taste. Why is this just every single dude who comes up to me at like a fucking card show or a convention? Just like,
Oh, you're looking at this figure? I bet you're not a real fan.
and like, just because I dress better than you doesn't mean I'm not a real fan. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'm not a real fan. If anything, I'm a trans woman. That means I know more about anime than you do. Did I lose him? I feel pretty lost myself. The sound of the convention from behind the walls is muffled, slowed. Could be any year out there. The merch around me yields no clues. Broken down displays from retro revivals, long abandoned, have been stuffed into the corridor. It's like being in a digestive tract for old band merch. From ahead, I hear the sound of chewing. Gatekeep more women out of your interest space. See how it feels when you can't find anyone to date you. You know more about good anime. Yeah, those are the weirdos who hate being called weird, and I love being called weird. Just because I can do eyeliner doesn't mean I can recognize this motif. Listen. I love doing eyeliner. Son of Swamp Pop. I want Swamp Pop. Validating the new cultural form of the serial killer, just as all previously existing protagonists have been absorbed into the single official figure, the policeman. But this synthesis of the two into a kind of final protagonist of history or last man would blah blah blah. Must be the business sector. Consultants are hard at work pouring through the entrails of the culture, placing expensive bets upon the shape of things to come. Succeeding while dead. Novelty horror, nostalgia mixed with blood, the hot sound of the kids today. Is it the drone of conference speakers that makes me feel like falling forwards, or is there something in me that's responding to their song? Corpses, corpses, corpses! Once, prominent theorists fleeing from state violence found accommodation in the beach district of XX City. Through proximity, their doctrine of negation. Sorry, I was trying to mute. Free her. Free me. Thank you. Gunk, leave this woman alone. I'm trapped by the gunk. Their doctrine of negation was assimilated into neighboring surf culture in a garbled and mystical form. The Church of the Negative is said to survive still today. Be true to your school. Some credit XX his city's own Blue D Hans for having anticipated the cultural shift from monster-themed horror to the increasingly popular maniac killer contemporary style. Commercially unsuccessful in his time, he is said to have eventually left the music biz for spiritual reasons. Art. Cool, I can't wait to go to the lodge.
Sometimes thinking about the harsh realities of showbiz gets me all choked up. I hear you're beginning a musical career yourself. I too would like to be a pop sensation. People call me the Weepster. Isn't that awful? But it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I just want you to know I feel really bad about all the horrible things we're going to do to you. I'll probably regret myself to leave tonight. The same way I do about every night. Hit it. I am the Whipster, and lead a sympathetic laugh. I am the Whipster, heart is breaking on account of all the murders I commit. Day after day, I hunt down my scene rivals. It's so sad how many more peoples who I have to jump and pop before I get a media career. But can cultural ubiquity really fill the hole within my heart? I mean, maybe. Let's give it a try. I am the Weepster, trying to do a best. I am the Weepster. It's hard to be an empath in this 21st century connected society.
How do I fucking do this?
Won't you all enjoy wallowing in my most unexpected emotional depths? The tears of my career aspirations, are they enough to drown the world? Here's 20XX. I have successfully murdered everybody on the planet and been inducted into the Rock and Roll Museum of Closer. Tell me, why do I still cry? Could it be the final tears are for myself?
What the f-
Pay attention to my sadness as I'm killing you!
Just for a second, I don't feel...
The world is the sum of things which do not improve!
If you don't stop singing, I'm gonna throw up on your shows!
Tonight, I look up at the stars through crying eyes.
Contemplating the miserable bounty of the sun and to speak into the chest of the dead earth as dreaming, finding the telephone and voice the black river flailing, arm-tailed, endless over end of greenish moistened cardboard, not radiating infinitely upwards but rather shrinking towards the center of the sky and red. Yes, right now! There will come a day not marked on any calendar. We will step inside and be at the end of the calendar, and blood shall be red with the blood of the calendar.
Stop interrupting my big musical number!
Wills thou fight and perish for the kingdom of the bird?
Okay, I think I also know why my throat has been kind of fucked up. I've been doing a little bit of vocal practice. Also, that was hard. That was a lot lower than I normally sing. Also, I'm usually a lot better, but I was trying to impersonate, a man who would probably attempt to impersonate Ariel Pink or something like that. Anyway, we have an ad break coming, so I'm gonna be right back. Don't forget to thunk your gunk, chat. And here's ZZ. Positive Way, wellness and emotional health expertise. You're right, this does look way more professional. Be part of a welcoming, mindfulness-oriented community today. Subscribe to our daily affirmations newsletter from 1995. Live pray with streamers near you. Press enter to support our emotional labor at the shop. You have a lot of text these days, it scares people away.
What's with the blobby little cartoon guys?
Nobody knows, but you gotta have them. The life of a web design professional. Busy. Better go make sure the shop's up and running too. We got a lot more traffic after buying all those podcast ad spots. I barely recognize this place anymore. Modifications being made all the while. New driftwood suites sprouting out of every corridor. Is this what they mean by scaling up?
Ah, it's young ZZ. I hear you've been coming up with some new ideas for our online store.
You bet, boss. Oregon weed leaf for $29.95. Oregon $sign $36.50. Oregon video game entity $59.99. Okay, maybe the gunk still has its hold on me. For example, Oregon pyramids are all well and good, but why stop there? What about possibilities of non-pyramidal Oregon items? Hog spotted. Hog spotting. Proxy and raiding your fridge. Okay, bye. Excuse me. Hi. Rachel. Hi. In case for some reason you're fucking not doing so, go follow my fucking girlfriend. Envy, hi! Welcome! How was the rest of Mr. Pants treating ya? Welcome, those of you who don't know me. Hi, I'm Proxy Glitchcat, handheld hardware streamer. Welcome to the Cat Cafe, where I bring you the most interesting games straight from the source. And today, I am playing Anthology of the Killer. Would you like an Oregon weed leaf for $29.95? It's Steam Deck Sunday, by the way. Would you like to sing the Mr. Pants song? No. You just did 9 fucking hours of it. How are you? I was gonna say, how are you alive, but I assume you are dead. Rejax, hi! I want to share NTG tech I found out about a week ago. Please do. I want to know. Tell me.
Very compelling. You know, it's rare we get someone of your entrepreneurial abilities joining a death cult. They generally prefer to start their own.
Well, for what it's worth, I'd regard myself more as a temporary employee. Do you still want me to take stock in the basement?
Yes, good idea.
Is that fucking Garfield? Also, hi Necro. Hi Lord Tyrion. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Or Garfield. My god.
Maybe there's something else we can put up at the store there. Remember, everything must go.
He hates Oregon days. Me too. You take the 12th Doctor and run spells that say take an extra turn, then lose the game. You demonstrate it to your opponent to counter your version, so next turn your opponent dies. I was just talking about this with Modest, like, right before going to the UK, and oh my god, that's so fucked up. That is fucked up. That is so bullshit. I want to see it. I want to see something. I want to see somebody win with that. You know, for a startup type organization, these guys sure seem to stockpile as much ready cash as possible. Maybe I should get my TV ready again. Oh, much love. Enjoy your sleep. See here, cultist trading tapes. Can think of at least 2 distinct types of people who would pay for those. Affirmation CD-ROMs, expired calendars, more pyramids, etc. All shelves of glossy, self-published books, each one proving beyond a shadow of a doubt the existence of extraterrestrial life. They've never been opened. I wonder where that drought's coming from. Old doors are all over the complex. They're all nailed up. The one behind the shelf swings invitingly open. Well, variants are always worth something. These are some nice corridors. It's a shame to let them get all seaweedy. Friendly alien posters were an improvement, though. Why frame empty canvases? I love to see new ways to do the harmless offering demonic pact combo. Oh, that's so evil. Opposite of a vase. Some of this might be really tough to sell. Well, okay, maybe they do okay on the novelty market. Funny retirement presents, etc. They do seem like the kind of thing I would have gifted my dad when he retired. A shelf of old and worm-infested books. The words on every page have been carefully scribbled out. Hey, why am I doing this like this? I should be holding my beer with my dominant hand. I have a beer, by the way. I need to show you all the beer, actually. Hold on. It involves seeing my face, but, like, I am not afraid of showing my face on the internet. Hi, y'all. Hold on, let me fix my hair. There we go. And if it seems bright, it's because I have a ring light going on. Hello. But, let's see. Here it is. Boom, boom, boom. Maybe it's easier. Yeah, it's easier to see the design this way. This is like a super Art Nouveau looking beer. It's fancy. It's a Canadian farmhouse ale, though. Love what you did with your hair. Thank you. I look pretty. The vibes of this game are fucking killer. Cold seaweed laps at the carpet. From somewhere in the darkness, I hear the barking of seals. Is this the career track I've heard so much about? Modest has a cherry bourbon cider, and I had a taste of that, and I knew I was going to love it. This is just a really nice sipper while playing a game. A shelf of old and worm-infested books. Oh yeah, I've already been here, I think. Thesis number 1. The world is some of the things that are not the case. Thesis number 2. The world not, never the no. Thesis number 3. Began to disappear piece by piece into the air until nothing was left. The claws found by the acolytes turned into holy relics, emblems of the negative, the remains of their victims. Effects track 206. Terrified scream number 37 with a cheese grater. Black hair, blue coat. Name not recalled. EW. Chopping SFX. Gurgle number 12. The one with the umbrella who came to that party. Name not recalled. License under Creative Commons Attribution License. Blue D. Hans 1963. Oh, backed with. Yeah. It's been a while since I've had my, entertainment law classes. Something I have actually taken, by the way. Of the missing last moments pressed into new recordings, screams repeating over and over, left on a rack in the basement of the sound effects library. Possible commercial applications could lead to video game companies. Ask the new hire. Yeah, I took that in grad school. I have a master's degree in music technology and digital media, so it's like I took a lot of stuff relating to, you know, kind of that side of music production. This was the inner sanctum of the old organization, so dedicated to negation that eventually they disappeared themselves, but you can't make a living out of that. I was new here at the time, but it was clear to me that we needed a change, a new direction, a new shape, better fitted for the things that we saw coming down the pipeline. We can escape, build a new life, back under the waves, back where there are no waves, a new house to weather the tides of history. You can help us. It can be the start of a new world. Have you ever thought about entering upper management? Educated, exactly. Yeah, it's cool. I also, you know, barely do the board, and I... I went the wrong way. Is Zizi okay? Does Zizi look okay? Hello? Fish, 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 fish. Yay! Ha, yay! So am I getting made permanent or what? What a fucking way to end that one. Okay. I see we've entered the purple zone. I like it here. It's purple.
Just waking up. Get the rubber pipe.
Locals only. We all like punk rockers out here. This is Jan and Dean country.
Wait! I'm not even punk. I'm new wave.
There's a new wave, so the legends are true. You should go see Mr. President. Mr. President is a great friend of the department. We get a police discount on our Zodiac readings.
The cops swing their attention away, starting out unseeing into the surf. It's getting late. Soon the streetlights will come on. How long was I out?
Move along, move along.
I wonder what happened to Weepster and Co. Piles of clothes are stacked neatly upon the beach. Maybe they all decided to head out for a swim. Oops, looks like we misjudged the cultural mood once again. No age of Aquarius this century. At least I get to go on the away team this time. Beneath the ocean, there's no such thing as history. The big fish eat the little fish on and on forever. Doesn't that sound nice? We were going to bring you all there, but there's no use in dwelling on the past. Maybe we'll come back up to visit someday. See you all in 50,000 years. What a strange individual. This entry is really good. A fresh signs taped upon the weathered boards. Discounted spiritual opportunities and videotapes. Sheep! I think I recognize the handwriting. Greetings, mystical traveler. Oh, it's you. Hi, baby. How goes the new career is easy. Oh, management disappeared. Everyone else lit out with as many office supplies as they could carry, and I think this building might be sinking into the water. Your standard tech role. Right now I'm doing one last round of asset liquidation before fleeing. It turns out this guy online is interested in an old box of old LPs I found in the basement sector. Cool. Baby, you're into music now. Do you think this could be worth anything? Midnight sex party at Dracula's house. Blue D. Hans and his Night Stranglers. Getting late. Can't believe this guy wouldn't wait until tomorrow. We're the one who wanted to get those records off our hands. Besides, if someone wanted to give us money, then we should respect their priorities. Gossip scoop. Funeral man found dead in his workplace, strangled by an unknown assailant. His brother, Funeral Man, was also killed. It's a sad day for funeral fans. Now remember, once he hands over the money, give the all clear and I'll come trade the LPs. It's good to be careful in these kind of situations. Yes, indeed. Why do you want to meet at the planetarium anyway? He says it makes him feel at home. This is cool. I love the textures. I love the texture.
Hey, thanks for coming out tonight. Aren't the stars pretty? Isn't it a nice night? Do you think the world is basically good or basically bad?
Yeah, I just work here.
Good answer. Ever since I heard your CD, I knew we had a lot in common. People used to say, Blue, look around, look how beautiful the world is. Beautiful compared to what? I live here, it's something new to me. I've never known another kind of world. But right, this one should be as unnoticeable to me as the back of my own head, but it's not. Doesn't feel like that, and that's not how I knew. And that's how I knew that this world was not my home, that there was another, the negative, the point of comparison. You think I'm just being lyrical, but it's true, it's a real place. I've been there, I've seen it. The counter world, the invisible antipody.
to Australia? I was so flattered to be mentioned in that interview you did. I think it made me think it might be time for a comeback after all. Seen so many things since I died. I can't wait to show everybody. You can go first since I know you're a fan. Hey, come back. Did you bring my album? It's been a while. I wanted to make sure I remember all the songs. Here, I'll bring it to you. You can trust me. I'm a verified seller. Doesn't matter. I've learned new words on a red earth with a red sky. There are people there too in the other world. They spoke to me, but I couldn't understand them. Motherfucker, you did just go to Australia. Hey, is this the same building? Every building's the same. Every person's the same. Every sentence means the same thing. They wonder why I started killing people. Lights out. I'm not a pirate. I'm not just gonna fall asleep because you put a bag over. Well, here's another nice mess you've gotten ourselves into. So maybe you both aren't ready to headline just yet. That's okay, you can stick your backup duties for now. We all had to pay our dues. What's that? That's the new wave, I thought you knew. Okay fellas, it's been a while, but this is our big shot. Our chance to usher in the new. Why not start slow with a cover version? You can enjoy this. There's a new sun rising up angry in the sky. And there's a new voice saying we're not afraid to die. Let the old world make believe it's blind and deaf and dumb. But nothing can change the shape of things to come. That's fucked up. Cool. Whoops. Hey, did any of you bring strings? It'll just take a sec. The wave for the news seems to have crested a little bit earlier than anticipated. Don't worry, guys. I think we still turn this gig around. Don't you guys remember the chords? The walk, don't run. Hello? Hello? BB's report. After clinging to a piece of driftwood, ZZ and I eventually washed up on the beach and caught the last bus home. That was the last I saw of the band. In the end, the new wave broke apart before it could do much damage. By the time it rolled away, only the sassy beachwear store would be sassy no more. Dad Magazine, True Heads Only, No Scene, No Corporate. Weepster Wars Update. Weepy Man's new single, I'm the New Weepster, has prompted 4 new Answer records claiming to be, or be inhabited by the spirit of the original Weepster, including Weepster's Revenge, Watch Out, I'm Lil Weepster, I'm the Weepster's Dad, Just Call Me Dad, and I'm the remastered original Weepster. New Schism alert. Neo Darkwave Murdercore has officially split from the horror wave crime punk tendency and requested they move out of his garage. My newfound music career seemed to have ended at about the same time that all the money had vanished from the scene. The remaining true believers spent their time on arcane factional disagreements before going underground. In the end, the only sign that anything mysterious had occurred was an abrupt Beach Boys revival that seemed to last all summer long. Well, I'll be planning out a road we're gonna take real soon. And that is Ears of the Killer. That ruled. Also, while I have y'all's attention real quick, may I link you something? Yeah, so a member of the FGC scene, Ludovic, has been unjustly detained by ICE and has been moved from Maryland to Louisiana, now to Atlanta, all without his lawyer's knowledge. Currently, his legal defense and all other fees associated with this are being funded via GoFundMe. If you wish to directly help out someone unjustly detained by an organization that only lives to unjustly detain, please help.
One of the activities is still happening outside. There'll be plenty of time left over for activities.
Alright. We have a few more games. 2 of them, in fact. Next up is Heart of the Killer. God damn, that's cool art. Sometimes when I wake, there's a moment where I don't know who or where I am. The cloak of habit falls away. I look around. I'm in an alien land, a distant country full of objects whose use will remain forever unknowable to me. Then I get up and move over to the window. Turns out I'm still in the dream resort after all. Well, part of sleeping in a bit different bedroom is feeling like you might wake up as somebody else. I'd better start my rounds, in case it turns out I'm still myself after all. Outside, it's another indistinguishably perfect summer day. Nothing is stirring within any of the other buildings or compound. Well, of the compound. Isn't there anyone in here who has to dust? Participant survey. Please use attachment. Man, I wish they at least served breakfast with these. Check where appropriate. Answers will only be shared with interested parties. What did you dream about last night? Erotic disavowal. Collecting plastic figurines. Being chased around. Memory of a particular basement. Memory of multiple basements. Friend whose face you can no longer recall. Arguments. Carpet warehouse. Other. Attachment B. How did you sleep? How do you feel? Well, how do you feel about sleep? Yes. I like it. How would you describe your condition on waking? Require sustenance. Unsure. New world of exciting wallpaper greets me from behind the door. I guess they're still coming in to redecorate while I'm asleep. Today's style is the standby pop art basement. Getting harder to tell how long I've stayed here. For a while I kept a tally, but someone else seems to have been adding to it lately. The little pipe's a nice touch, though. The dresser drawers are varnished shut and can't be opened. Possibly for insurance liability reasons, stock photographs of smiling families stare down at me from atop the shelves. Oh, this has got some vibes. The sofa is covered in some hard, waxy substance that makes it impossible to lie down on for any length of time. Is this placeholder furniture, or could it be interior design? Outside the corridor, it's quiet and still. No noise, but the sound of distant elevators moving up and down behind the walls. caught a glimpse of whoever leaves these forms around. Maybe it's for the best. I'm never sure if I'm supposed to tip in these kind of situations. The dressing room feels like being stuck inside a wardrobe. The air is still and heavy, as if smothered by too many coats. Well, I better see what my options are today. People with ornate frocks and gowns, expensive looking, but weirdly out of style, like they were pillaged in bulk from an abandoned prop warehouse. Well, that would at least explain some of the stains. Decisions. And both of these are sort of preppy. I mean, you know what I gotta go with. It'll do, but maybe it's for the best and nobody will actually see me in these. Behind me, something slides beneath the door. Purple. Hi, I'm participant. I love to dress up in fashions and styles. I use the enter button to mark statements I agree with. My favorite are clothes that make me feel girl CEO, murder victim. I like being identified as a murder victim. My new outfit, I feel more/less likely to achieve my goals. Less. I feel more/less likely to find love. Less. Feel more/less likely to walk into the forbidden areas. More. I feel more/less likely that my body will ever be found. More. Now I've never caught a glimpse of whoever leaves these swarms. The other rooms are already boarded up. Seems a bit much as a security measure, but I guess it's nice to have a break from the overall frou-frou aesthetic in this place. I love this arpeggiation. As ever, the dial-a-boy is securely bolted to the table at the end of the hall. I have no idea what any of the buttons do, but I refuse to touch it and find out. I can call Mike, Bob, Paul, Carlos, or Dave. Why can't I dial a boy? The elevator descends, carrying me further into the complex. As I delicately partake of the coffee and muffins left inside, I think back to the events which first brought me to this place. I need a dial-a-boy. Yeah, you do.
Hey, Agent Baby, what's up?
Boss, I've decided to resign my commission as a mystery shopper. It's fun at first, you know? Paid to roam around the shopping district looking for things that didn't fit, empty aisles, furniture that looked off-brand. Each discovery seemed charged with secret meaning, a hidden transmission from the heart of the mall. Started to feel like the feeling of being somebody else, a name nobody knew, a secret agent invested with the mysterious authority of the consumer, a passport to the frozen world of window displays. BB, thanks for another great report on Mall Zone 5, the boss. But soon I had second thoughts about the work, about renting my senses to the highest bidder, as if not even my perceptions were really my own. Tool of store surveillance, a private eye. I started dreaming about being pursued through strange malls by figures I couldn't quite see. Having signed up to store credit schemes on terms I knew I'd never be able to afford.
Is that so? Well, that's a shame. I was just about to contact you about this new lead that came in.
I have good news for you. The Dial-A-Boy is straight up a game by Milton Bradley called Electronic Dream Phone. Oh, damn. I have an electronic dream phone too. It's called my Telegram. Like, peaceful, secluded resort seek sample guests. Must be comfortable with free room, board, and solitude. Exciting decor, competitive pay. How about it? One more job. One more job. Surprisingly, it's all been going fine, although I'm still not exactly sure what a resort is or what you do when you get to one. It seems to involve a lot of statues. Rooms so dense with ornament that it's easy to feel lost within them, or like an ornament yourself. Is this place just a fantasy camp for people who dream about turning into furniture? The real question is why they're lodging me here to begin with, given that I'm not exactly the target audience for a place like this, although I can't imagine who else would be. Swaths of plastic ivy have been glued upon the walls. Door is locked tight. I guess it's a staff location. For the courageous, there's a pool out in the open courtyard. The windows of neighboring apartment units stared down like empty eyes from every side. Personally, I didn't bring trunks. Chat, I want to go swimming. This way leads through one of the specialty suites. The immense white body of the marble horse takes up most of the space in the room. Out of habit, I checked the bookshelf on my way through. Gothic romances, some kind of girl detective franchise. Couldn't they find anything that fit the theme? Participant survey. Your desires are our business. What's your opinion on cowboys? I am anti-cowboy, actually. Without warning, a smiling, handsome cowboy walks in through your front door. Your immediate response is fear. Do you remember the Red River Valley? Occasionally. Does the paraphernalia of cattle ranching hold an emotional meaning to your heart? Prefer not to say. Next is the exhibit hall, set up to allow guests to live out their fantasies of being lost inside a boutique furniture showroom. The velvet drapes away slowly in the breeze from the AC. I didn't grow up in Texas. I just am not fond of Oh! Oh! We got textures with physics. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ideals for living. Dreamland Furniture Collection. Coming soon to the finest stores near you. Mass production pending following user feedback trials. Pyramid. Orgon Pyramid. Physics of the Killer. Meet the C-suite. Yeehaw! This rootin' tootin' CFO enjoys Laszlo yodeling and late nights among the plains. He's said to be looking for his very own sweetheart of the rodeo. The artist of the board, Paul's creative instinct shines in the marketing department. He's brooding petite. Will Amuse allow him to complete his masterwork at last? Carlos, the zany one. Carlos can be identified by his catchphrase, hamburgers. But does his easygoing demeanor hide a sensitive soul? Tom, representing the HR department. Tom is also Prince Regent of the distant landlocked country of Aldovia. With his old world charm, I'm sure he's sure to treat a lady right. Mike, the firm but fair CEO of the Dream Resort. Business is his number one love, but could there be room in his heart for another? No. The face in this painting seems familiar, but no time to think about that. There's the bell for focus group testing. I'm not sure what happens if I stop showing up, but somehow I get the feeling it's not a good idea to find out. Welcome to the experience room. Use the left and right keys to indicate emotions. Closable Commander Data Star Trek figurine. Roll of barbed wire. Coubert L'Origine du Monde limited edition Funko Pop figure. Car crash victim autopsy photos. Chair made of chicken bones. Liminal photography of MZ themed restaurant circa 1998. Old boxing glove on a circular saw. VHS player filled with chewing gum. Guantanamo Bay souvenir shop t-shirt. Thank you. Wait, the examined life really takes it out of you. All that coffee doesn't help much either. I could swear I once found a bathroom around here. Oh, but like a fat rat, pizza in a pod. Do, 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 do. Who are you new? You must be a fellow guest reviewer. Call me Cece. In my spare time, I edit a zine about the strange occurrences that happen in the city, many of which seem to revolve around an elusive figure I refer to as the murderer. Is that so? The boxing glove attached to a circular saw strikes me as something Strong Bad would have. Yeah. Are you the only other person here? Well, let me think. There's also HHIIJJ. But listen, I think I found the truth behind what's going on in this place. Oops, gotta run, but meet me here tomorrow. I'll give you the full scoop. Bye for now. I guess I should be reassured to find out that I have peers. So why does it feel like it's time to skip town? Wait, a dream. Must have been a dream. Isn't this a different bedroom from the one I was staying in before? Actually, don't remember heading back to my room last night, although I put that up to a general monotony of days around here. Have you been still in the same building as last time? Oh, the vibes here are fucking noxious. I love it. Also, chat, as a general reminder, if you would like to vote on the next Tuesday game, which is the next other handheld game I'm going to be playing, you can absolutely place your votes now. You have 5 hours and 15 minutes to place your votes. The dial-up boy last night was ringing, but the call was meant as a warning. Well, was the call meant as a warning or a threat? The grinning yet impassive faces of the boys provide no answer. Oh my god, it smells so good in the kitchen. It smells so fucking good. I'm gonna have curry tonight. Somehow I make my way back to the bathroom, or at least another one that looks just like it. There's nobody around. There's something with that mirror on the edge. Got like a red curry going on. Oh, I see. It's a nega bathroom. Oh. Contract dossier number 9, The Spook. MBA, University of Chicago. Advanced Field Research, School of the Americas. Member of Ragmop, a reclusive management consultancy that meets in a remote Swiss villa once a year to discuss forbidden business synergies. The existence of the Spook has been subject to official denial for so long that he no longer seems to be possessing any bodily form, requiring the use of large plastic bags to get around. Table stacked with documents. A familiar face looks back. Well, at least I know that wasn't a dream. Table, I find a conspicuous looking keychain and note. The ivy opens after dark. There's also... Hey, wait a second. I know this. This is Marcy's World. Marcy's World number 1. Audiences around the world were moved by its earnest depiction of a maiden's heart. As a result, it sold like gangbusters, and the fabled 1990s zine boom began. Marcy's World, on the other hand, took 10 years to come out, cost $100 million to produce, and sold approximately 30 copies. That was when we knew the golden age wouldn't come back. I wonder what this is doing here. The hall made a synthetic apple filled with drawing pins. Intrigues or not, it's probably a good time to think about getting out of here. Princess Diana commemorative Beanie Baby. The focus testing products seem like they're getting increasingly deranged. Maybe I don't need to grab my stuff. It's nice weather for a stroll. Beneath the moon, the rooftops sprawl and ramble like a pleasure garden. Behind me, I hear the creak at the bedroom door. Another questionnaire seems to be waiting on the roof. Beloved, flee! Flee swiftly to the central tower, where my secret private submarine docked underneath the compound shall whisk us away both to a life of romance and adventure. Don't you know who this is? Look into your heart. I'd also be obliged if you fill out the departure survey below. How would you rate your stay? Probably like 3 stars. Yeah, it was. Totally an abrupt step up in familiarities. Would you recommend us to a friend? I'll think about it. There are some people I know who would love to have everything decided for them. What was your favorite part of the resort? Fresh linens, wallpaper, horse room, pool, mounting fear of being killed, complimentary muffin surface. I like the mounting fear of being killed, and honestly, give me a pool. Pretty sure I don't know anyone who owns a submarine. What's this doing on the roof anyway? Do they get a lot of people passing through? Yeah! Oh, grip strength in those boneless trash bag arms, motherfucker! Go back to waving at people outside car dealerships! Make it back to the courtyard surprisingly quick. Which is surprising given how directionless this place seems to be. Maybe I started nearer than I thought? The ivy door hangs open in the dark. I didn't even need to use the key. Come quick, don't you recognize my voice? It's me, the beloved, the one from your dreams. I'm here in real life. I'm waiting for you. I'm in a room in the resort. You know my name. Why won't you call it? All you have to do is call. I'm counting on you. Now, which one am I? Reach out. I'll be there. I need you to call. Call me. Call. Call. Call me. Call me. I am not touching the fucking dial-a-boy. No, on the basis of your questionnaire results, you really should have emotionally imprinted on at least one of them by now. Well, we put you on our alternate A/B tested dial girl program instead. Not particularly. Wait, well, it happens sometimes. We do our best to give people what they want, but sometimes there's an unfortunate soul who doesn't seem to know what that might be. I like to dial a girl. Game looks charming but scuffed at the same time. It's basically meant to be like a playable zine of sorts. How about we fit you up for something off the rack? What? Pumpkin Summer. Then I woke up in a nameless city, one I knew to be accursed. Baby, come downstairs. I made pancakes for the Harvest Festival. It's shaped like a house, but the proportions are all wrong. These walls and furniture seem to bear no trace of earthly manufacture. So why do I feel like I've seen this all before? Shit, I feel like I'm in a Hilton Garden Inn in that bathroom. This is such a big room, what the fuck? There's a fireplace in the room. Meow. The room's mined aimlessly as though misremembered from a dream. Huge, functionless chambers branch out from the central passage and seem to contain nothing but a handful of props. Washing machines? What, is this a fucking Unity asset? Wait, hold on chat, is this a Unity asset? I still haven't played My House. Big Meow Wolf energy. Yes, I knew it. Okay, chat. Give me a minute. I need to use the washroom. Holy shit. Adam Drake will return in Body Harvest. Mail, did you finish Body Harvest? Those of you who don't know me from both the Ireki and the Mail City raids, hello! I'm Proxy Glitch Cat, handheld hardware streamer. Welcome to the Cat Cafe, where I bring you the most interesting games straight from the source. Today, it's Steam Deck Sunday, and I am playing Anthology of the Killer. Meowdy! Ow. This is the 8th of 9 games in Anthology of the Killer, and we're currently going through a pre-stock Unity asset house. From the kitchen, there's a smell of burning. Somehow I can already see the breakfast nook and little island counter thing clearly in my mind, but where am I? How do I know all this? Down the stairs, I glimpse a darkened chamber sprawling out at random far beneath the earth. Presumably, this room is used for religious ceremonies of some description.
Hi.
Yeah, and hello 68K. Hello, Debbie. Debbie, right? I'm trying to remember names as like what we actually call people. I used to have a document of all these, but I lost it in one of the moves. Yeah! Yay! Good. Haha! Okay. The camera in this kicks ass. Good morning, sleepyhead. It's me, your sister. Aren't you excited for the festival today? I know you're a hotshot big city writer now, just passing through as part of a book tour for your hotly anticipated novel. But it'll be a great way to reconnect with your life-affirming small-town roots. Enjoy petting Mothman. You should say hi to everyone at the Pumpkin Festival. They say Greg from high school will be there. Remember Greg from high school? Was that really my sister? It's not like her to be awake during the day. Anyway, it's all coming back to me. Yes, this is my quaint hometown, although for some reason it reminds me of Vancouver. Oh my god, look at these fucking models! Look at them. This shit is so crunchy. Oh, those are skulls. Everyone outside is carving pumpkins in the street. Do we really get pumpkins in summer? I always thought they were a seasonal fruit or gourd or whatever.
I used to be a big hotshot vampire fiction author, but a chance at meeting on a plane reminded me of the importance of love and family. I've never been happier. Greg from high school was asking after you.
Thank you. I wish you the best.
Ugh, cops.
No worries. And thank you so much for dropping by. And thank you all so much for sharing your communities with me. It does mean the world.
Pumpkin Fest within. Don't talk to me until I've had my pumpkin coffee. You could be very happy with Greg from high school. Don't talk to me until I've had my pumpkin coffee.
Yes, indeed. Many people are saying this. Fuck cops.
Pumpkins burst through the soil like corpses squeezed from shallow graves, as if the earth itself were too choked with the flesh for further entry, and the living were consigned to a narrowing circle within the legions of the dead, the numberless murdered of the history of the world.
I get it already, Greg from high school. Jesus.
And you may have just missed a lot, but why are everyone's eyes like that? Like what?
Oh, like that? Is that not how your eyes look? Is that not how your eyes look? Anyway. Ooh, another Unity asset house. What? What did I do? What did I do?
Oh, this one seems a little more edited.
Oh, what? You think you're too good for Greg from high school? Yes! He looks like someone who would strangle his wife in a Tennessee Williams play. Look, I have a schedule here. What if you just told me what your horrible private death fantasies are and we can make them come true? Ha! We have the technology. Don't gotta call me out like this, come on. Yes, Theo, can I help you? You're right, I really like you. You're right, I really like you. You're right, I really like you.
You're right, I really like you. Nice try! This is just like the time when I was 8 and my friend showed me a picture of S Club 7 and asked me which one I liked. And I had no strong opinions, so I picked one of them at random and everyone else just went, ew! That's not really what I'm talking about.
Why is this relatable? Okay, chat. I had somebody do this to me with a fucking like cover band, I think. Cover pop group called the A-Teens back in the day. Asking me which of the members I liked. So I just said one of the girls at random because I was like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm gay.
Too late, motherfucker.
Everybody knew. The A-Teens released a bunch of ABBA cover songs, apparently. This just like unlocked a very specific memory. But I said one of the girls and people were like, really? You like her? And I'm like, I guess, I don't know. S Club 7 really feels like one of the references in this game that reminds you the creator is Irish. S Club! Look, S Club was like actually kind of popular in more than just the UK and Ireland, but they were definitely most popular in the UK and Ireland.
Brave, quick! What's the most heterosexual answer?
I don't remember the members. That's fair.
Wait, how about this one? Look, it's the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. She'll make you a mixtape for when she's chopping you apart. No! How about this? A high-powered office romance.
PB, I need you to work late tonight. You're having dinner with a very important client.
Me? Is this even legal?
I'm also American, so I understand. I did not grow up on Radio Disney, though.
Please don't chop me up.
Oh shit, this looks so cool. Oh, this looks so cool. It's the Haunted Moon Women, yeah!
Welcome, investors. Welcome, bon vivant. What does desire look like in a world of casual mass death? For obvious reasons. Top retailers have begun asking the question now it can be answered. Ragmop, acting in collaboration with the Consumer Survey Institute, is proud to announce the Dream Resort, a bleeding-edge romantic horror simulacrum designed to furnish you with behavioral demographic details on the love/death imaginaries of today's top youth subcultures. Special group rates available. Ask for Marcy. Wait, Marcy isn't? That's right. With the commercial failure of Marcy's World #2, I moved into consultant work to clear the debt. That's when I ran into the Spooks people. They too were consultants in a way. It's for you. Just say what you want. Can it really be that hard? Don't worry, it'll all be over soon. What I want is Cha-Cha the Tree Frog. What? It's the name of the frog-themed animal mascot for the Rainforest Cafe. It's kind of a deep cut. Do you maybe want the frog from the Warner Brothers cartoons instead? I don't want anything
I just think it's interesting. It's an interesting design. Don't look at me. Fuck you. Show me your desires if you think they're so great. This is just another normal day. Am I right, chat? Yeah, this is a normal Monday or Wednesday or Sunday or Friday or Tuesday or even Thursday. Hooded figures watch each other in the corridors, scratch holes in the wallpaper where they can see but not be seen, leap out and drag themselves below to be tortured in a maze of secret prisons. This is the dream of the spook. Before the meds kick in? No, I think this is after the meds kick in. No worries, take care, Jam. You know, it's always bewildered me when people said that they liked Marcy's World #1. It seemed like such a put on to me, so calculated. But what could I do? People told me what they liked and I believed them. So I kept doing it, but then people didn't want it anymore. And it turned out they didn't even know what they wanted. The people I trusted to know to tell me so that I know what I wanted too. So I became a consultant to find out what people liked. Just so you know, this is a real violation of my employment contract. What's with the tower? I mean, I introspect a lot, but like, everything we recorded went into Spook's memory. Survey results, sales receipts, interrogations, secret photographs, phone calls, final breaths, final wishes. Captured data bleeding and transformed inside the night mind into something else, a glimpse into the desires of the age. The sex dreams of a bodiless serial torturer are the desires of the age? What else? Just like in a romantic movie, sometimes the thing you're looking for was around you the whole time. Be told exactly who you are and what you want. Wouldn't you like to know for sure? No, actually. I would love to be a constant work in progress. I love being a constantly introspective mess, actually. Unironically. I love it. Life's too short to just stick to one thing forever. You know what I mean? Oh shit, everything's above 10 votes now. On the poll. That's why I started HRT. Same. Wait a minute, Marcy. Hold up. You don't have to go in there. I mean, I liked Marcy's World #2. You did? I mean, I couldn't get the CD-ROM to play it, but the Kathy Acker interview was good. Baby, you can come with me if you want. You can know things about yourself that only the advertisers know. I'll take my chances. Well, it's the privilege of youth to never have to recognize yourself, but maybe you'll want someday to be told exactly what it is you wanted. You might find yourself trying to come back here in your dreams. Then I woke up. The hotel had been abandoned, and the shoddy construction materials of the dream resort were already collapsing back into the forest mulch. Weary of my travels through the country of desire, when I got back home I decided to do the opposite. I spent the day playing video games instead.
You won't last 10 seconds in this game, my lord.
clapping. That was cool. Also, I'm gonna look up Cha Cha the tree frog. Okay, so there's I save these images as Cha Cha real smooth and Cha Cha turn it out. So here's Cha Cha the tree frog for everybody. They are in fact real smooth. You're cool. Like, they are in fact real smooth. Now, here's the thing. Here's Cha Cha turn it out. Did you want a Cha Cha fursuit? Now imagine this frog calling you and saying,
You're right, I really like you.
see, this is the kind of fursuit that I would say is, you know, it's privately owned by Rainforest Cafe and not available for public rentals. Good. Because this is the kind of suit that I would find terrifying. Anyway, we're moving on to the final game, which is Face of the Killer. Face is long. Oh god. How long? And this is the last one. Then BB will be here soon. Yeah, exactly! No, I was assuming. I was asking how long. Oh my fucking god! Gotcha. There will be a chance that I have to take a short break during this to eat dinner. Face of the Killer. Get served food, nerd. Look, I did a lot of prep work before Mana started making food. He's being very nice to me. Also, is it just me or does this dynamic lighting actually kick a lot of ass right now? What do you think, chat? Oh shit, it's multiple acts. Run fast, comrade. The old world is right behind you. Wayne Gretzky? Timely. What do you think it means? No time for that now. The killer could be anywhere.
If the killer appears, I'll just shoot him dead. Killers can die just like everyone else. Har har, Theo. Hardy har 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 har. In a vast nest of wood and corpses, the killer is hatching the world that is to come. Once they're inside, kill anything that moves. Bonk. Hey, I recognize this place. This is the old urban cenotaph. Killer has infiltrated all of our most beautiful institutions. Damn, y'all. They got to the cenotaph. Look, masks and costumes. All our leading statisticians and celebrity car salesmen. My god, it's nothing sacred. Oh shit, I love Noroi. Cogs and things. What are they for? As though the whole of civic life for one machine built by the killer over centuries, assembled in silence with some darker purpose yet to be disclosed. Boss, you're depressing me! Chat, what is your deep dark desire right now? Like, if you could have anything in this moment that you can talk about on Twitch, what would it be? The portrait whole of City Fathers is a member of Better Days. Hey, isn't that... Did you hear that? Maybe it's the wind. Come here, baby. Kiss, kiss, kiss. They say the killer lives in this place. There's no such thing as the killer. It was all made up to sell life insurance. You know we're all alone down here. Well, maybe you're right. Charles, can you stop breathing? Unit 12 to base control. Hello, is anyone around? That blood projecting light on you is sick? Fuck yeah. Listen, it's BB, the killer. It's the killer. She's found us. Hello? Hello? Can anybody read me down here? Is the mission still going okay? Over. God forgives.
BB kills.
Damn, BB, why'd you kill so many people? You asked too many questions, right? Are you guys gonna help me here or what? Gee, I never thought we'd find ourselves in the faculty tunnels. Our neglected academic careers must finally be taking off. They don't even get good TV reception. Is this whole building really left unlocked? According to the charter, all graduates must be able to pick up their diplomas directly from the head office if there are no living staff members left to pass them out. I still need to get my diploma from grad school. How about Dr. Blood, decapitated Sunday? For real? I owed him a term paper. Hope that doesn't mean he died unfulfilled. Okay, everyone, load up. Credentials are important on today's job market. I read an editorial about that.
Bachelor of Phrenology. Looks like most of the good ones were taken. Bachelor of Numerology. Bachelor of Game Design. Yes, for graduates now, is it me or does the town seem kind of dead? It's National History Day, so all the stores are closed. That's how we were able to get the day off. Alright, where are you guys working anyway? Well, I'm a courier for Kniferoo, the new subscription box service. Sign up to get a hand-curated batch of fresh knives in the mail every week. No questions asked. So, what about you, Claude? I sell bloody horror tapes at thrift stores and sell them to HR departments. Apparently, helps executives get in the zone before big meetings. It's a growing market, so competition's fierce. Some of my rivals have started breaking into other people's rooms to film their own new product. I have a good feeling about my find this week. The 400 blows. Sounds grisly, right? I think it's one of the guinea pig series. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I've seen the guinea pig series. There's a lot of not great movies in that, but like, you know, Hideshi Hino's a weird man. I believe it's Hideshi Hino. Yeah, Satoru Ogura and Hideshi Hino. Like, Flowers of Flesh and Blood is interesting. I think Mermaid in a Manhole is my favorite. Company executives are morally indistinguishable from serial killers. Sometimes I think they're worse. Man, even the bars are closed. Is National History Day a bigger deal than I thought? We hear fireworks outside, so at least someone's having fun. BB, you're in all those horror films. Maybe you could hook Claude up. I keep telling you, that's not me. That one is the other BB. Really? Cool. How many of you are there? You know, you know the way characters in a movie series can sort of change the definition over time, like Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, or Dracula and Dracula's monster? Some time ago, I accidentally starred in a direct-to-video film known as Bloody Night 4. I guess it's well enough on the direct market that other studios started making their own versions with the BB character returning as a different actress every time. Likeness grows ever more abstract. We have a BB in the Black Mass Club. BB only shoots twice. BB reserves 9 chairs at midnight. Wear a red dress for BB. BB kills them all. So gradually the character itself began to blur, mutating through proximity to murder into a visual shorthand for that murder, its symbol, its source. If you meet BB in the road, you're dead. I try not to take it personally, but it's not like they're paying me residuals. So I've been picking up shifts lately at a medieval themed chain restaurant near town. Boss's name is Pussman.
I want to get that one that said Pussy Man, but it was too many letters for the plate.
Hey chat, how do you feel about Pussy Man? I know how I feel about Man Pussy. You know, I can't help but notice all the doors to the building seem to be locked tight at all times.
It's an exciting new world of new restaurant concepts. Great job not falling in yet. This is a surf position, but we'll start you out at our wench tier.
What does that entail?
Oh, just wenching it up, wenching around. And remember, hand your keys back every shift. I hate buying new ones every time someone falls in the corpse grinding, chopping, grinding machine.
Hi, Theo.
Your job is very simple. Food orders are prepared by the machines and fed into the mangling device.
Then all the dark wet slurry is poured into the city's sewers. The cycle of business repeats. Your job is to reach way into the mangling device to pull bone fragments off the blades when they get clogged. So nobody actually eats any of the food? Is this one of those tax things? That's really more of a vassal tier question. One day something went wrong with the pipes. I went downstairs to take a look. Found a network of stone tunnels that seemed to predate the construction of any known themed restaurant. And I went down deeper and deeper, leading towards a dark river of lymph that rolled slowly onwards underground. Pipes hung from the ceiling, seeming to draw it upwards into the houses above. I couldn't tell how far it went, or what dark sea it may have.
Do they still have those chicken platter deals?
There's like more like a Burger Dauphine guy. What about you, Max? Where are you working? I get paid $2 a comment by one of those websites that just posts pictures of car crashes next to garbled, vaguely menacing headlines. Swedish women want you to know about this. So true, bestie. How come you're the only one of us with an actual media career? Well, I guess that's that. See you all in the workforce sometime. Seems like some people are forgetting the Judicio Society. Are you talking like a cowboy? Listen, as the closest thing to this town has to youth culture, we have a civic responsibility to stay up and party on graduation night. But everything's closed. Not everything. Turns out some of the other guys from our year are holding a house party later tonight. All we need to do is skip this train and get the next one out to Mansion Gardens. Holy aesthetic, madam. Hello, Blem. How are you doing? How's life in a new time zone? Well, I like this outfit for BB. Want paycheck. Yeah, me too. Hell yeah. Hey, here you all are. What's with the monster outfits? It's safer to be feared than loved. And you said you were all going to be going home to change. I assumed you were just being, dressy. This neighborhood seems sort of ritzy. Do we really know who lives here? Don't worry, most of the old apartments have been chopped into, old mansions have been chopped into apartments now, like everything else. Dog. But they do say if you are still occupied by descendants of the original city owners, insulated in there against the years growing paler, stranger with each successive generation. Ray, did you actually get to this invited to this party we're going to? Art is a universal invitation to experience, Claude. Hey man, it's me, Carnosaur. I was in your social studies course, I think. These are my associates, Andy Warhol's Dracula and Gazoo, the thing forsaken by God. Come in, everybody's welcome. Hey, baby, I like your BB suit. Thank you, I worked hard on it. Feel free to hang out, just stay out of my dad's room. Psst, BB. Doesn't this party seem kind of off? Well, ordinarily I'd say yes, but I've already spent the last 4 years hiding from maniacs and mostly talking to myself. You get to imagine me as Sydney and watch as I don't serve as much as him. That's just called goals, okay? So I've decided from now on I'm going to be the new BB, confident, sophisticated, the life of every party. She's a head taller than you, though. True.
I need to lose arms? No. The new economy boat tonight's night contract. Hello, hello. Enchanté. Greetings. Gee, everyone here always seems to know each other. Wonder if they all belong to the same vocational track. Glass crunches from somewhere in plush carpet. A chorus of whoops come from the TV room. Everybody's piled onto a couch, laughing and watching the History Channel. We're big fans! Oh, this is... Haha, This kind of cacophony here is reminding me that I do have a track coming out on the new record that is called Unceasing Loneliness in a Crowded Room. And it's very much goddamn, this hits. Is that a dog? Oh my god, somebody dressed up as BB. Okay, I didn't notice that those were stairs. Oh, another BB impersonator. Cool. I can't believe you bought it. Now all we have to do is find a TV. This party's gonna rock. CQ 111-110-01100. Roger that. Jeez, how many plug sockets do these guys need? Dude, come on. Let us use the set. We brought Virtua Fighter. Sorry, we're in the middle of something. Virtua Fighter is fun though. Oh. They didn't just bring Virtua Fighter, they brought a fucking Saturn. What are you guys watching? Rehearsal tapes for the new season of the Immersive Theater. They're putting on Dogs, Ezra Pound's fascist response musical to the success of T.S. Eliot's Cats. Apparently it's never been staged before been staged to completion. I thought the theater only ever did the one play. Some people say it's time for a change. Hey, I really like your outfit. Thank you, I'm BB. I can see that. Who are you for real? Still BB. I admire your commitment. I'll come into where the real party's going on. So what internship did you get assigned? Did our school have an internship program? So what are you intending to do after graduation? I guess I just assumed I'd be beaten to death in an alley somewhere. There's no future in that line of work. Meet my friends. Robert is in finance, while June is apprenticing as a BTK consultant at Lockheed Martin. You consult them on sandwiches? Anyway, it's pretty crazy to finally be graduating, right? Now we have to figure out what we're doing with our lives. Do we? I don't think so. You've always known exactly what we're doing with our lives. More drinks? Yes, absolutely. Fill her up. Act 2, party night.
Gotta get out while we're young. Cause tramps like us, baby, we're born to run. Killer. Oh, and your friends are so nice. I can't believe our way is allowed to penetrate the mysteries of the social. Where's everyone going? I have more opinions about zines. Those fireworks are loud. Let's put on some music. Ooh, I like everybody's masks. I look like real murderers. How charming. How fun. Commence preparations. Next step. Briefing begins. Announcement hall A. It's a commencement speech. Shoot it, guys. I gotta go. Let's build the future with the energy of youth together. Oh, BB's a happy drunk. Let's give me this hug anyway. Historical tendency. Far out. Didn't they used to tour with Minor Threat? Oh my god. Seats. You ever have time to grab one of those, grab more of those little sausages for the start? Oh, too late.
Hiya, kids. Hiya. Boy, it's so great to see so many eager faces. What a turnout! Yes. Let's start with a quick question. Who here thinks the Empire ever ended? Boo! Say it ain't so. No way. Boy, it's always a thrill to meet the true believers. Unfortunately, empires always end. That's what they do. So perhaps we should instead say that the restoration of a greater imaginary empire has never finished. Call me Mappy. You may know me from my popular 1980s video game career. I retired early and bought a big house. But nobody wanted to visit my big house or listen to my increasingly heavy and truculent political opinions. So I sat there with the lights off, watching people drive past on the road outside my house, imagining what it would feel like to shoot them in their cars. Until inevitably, in this way, I began to develop a grand theory of history.
Oh, so this is what Mouse Cop became. All my friends hate Mappy. Fuck Mappy. Why is Blem here? Because Blem's allowed to be here, Jordan. Are you gonna noogie Jordan? Don't strangle them. Without consent.
I realized we needed to go back to rejoin the sacred continuity of force, severed from us by revolutionary turmoil, back to violence sanctified by myth, when one could be a guilderay, a pawn of a holy quest, instead of just some asshole strangling kids in the parking lot behind the stop and go.
Guilderay.
Folks, I know many of you agree, which is why we started shelling the city. But is a way back really possible? The answer is yes. We fight to restore legitimate claimants. A bold figure ready to reclaim the vacant throne of history, proper noun. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the last descendant of Charlemagne, the present king of France, the Dauphin! Now under all your seats, you'll find baronial coronets and a loaded pistol.
Pardon me, excuse me, sorry, the bathroom break, you know how it is. It's definitely getting to the stage in the party where sticking around is increasingly a poor decision. I've been making lots of friends here, so we'll be okay. This is our new BB. All I have to do is inform the others and stylishly, dramatically hide under a pile of clothes somewhere.
I thought I told you to stay out of my dad's room. Yeah, take it easy, it's a party. Did you think you could aspire or something?
That's right, confess your crimes. It's no good. She's too tough. We need to bring her to a black site for enhanced interrogation. No, that's okay. Ah. Hey, that looks like fun. I love army games. You know, my uncle was a soldier and one of our inscrutable force of occupation. He told me what they do to prisoners they caught. Now, how about you be the insurgent, and I'll be the defender of humanistic values.
God, this kicks so much ass.
Howdy, it's me, BB. Zine, zine, zine. I don't sound like that. I've never said howdy. Gee, there's a lot of these things this season. Let's cut the next one in half and see if it multiplies.
Oh my god.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. The illustrious protagonists of history have been decanted from their amber tombs to the point as the figureheads of the world, preserved through the long years of the buckets of grease traps of various regional fast food franchises, nurtured and replenished by vital oils. That which is dead, not dead, which can eternally fry. Oh my god. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, there we go.
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Crunch. And what do we have here? Why, it's Napoleon the Third. The bitch is back. A fine vintage crunch, crunch. Chomp, chomp, chew. And over here is Anastasia. The widow is warm enough. She already looks pretty, clean already. Nobody will notice another quick bite. Fresh meat.
Oh no, it's an up-to-jump platformer! Neo Mr. 2!
You know, video games really do make us do it, but nobody will ever believe you.
We got Racing Lagoon here!
Please stop bludgeoning us with that. This was a rare Mint in Bugs copy of Mario's Cement Factory. Ow. Gee, I guess instead of Dark Souls, we should have gotten good at murdering women. Whatever happened to Games for Change? Pretty sucked. Where did everyone disappear to? Let's just all turn in early so we're ready fresh for tomorrow. Isn't she taller than before? Wasn't really paying attention, but apparently that's the new BB. No, that really is a great costume. I'm a big fan of the BB movies. But don't you think it's a cheat that she never seems to die? Like, really die? Headless, limbless, torso washes up on the beach, so chopped up hard they need a specialist to tell what species it used to be style thing. You know, sometimes the DVDs come with little feedback cards inside. I was thinking more about making my own cut. Hi, BB! BB, wait, now we changed our minds. Minnie and I are pro-murder now. It's the hip new thing. We think it's far out. Hold on, what are you two even doing here? You were decapitated. You forgot that we are medical experts. They say at the key moments of history, the dead can be seen walking the earth again, as though at such points the world itself had lost track of any precise distinction between who was left alive and why. You're running to any members of the living, say hello. Tell them they don't know what they're missing. Gee, I hope none of those burning apartment blocks were mine. I just got my things organized.
Who's this? Must be an understudy.
Okay, could you fetch us some Zimas? It's gotten pretty hot inside these symbolist god monster costumes. Guys, can I grab BB here for just a second? Alright. Chat. We are on Act 3. I need to be right back. So I will see you in a bit. I guess we shot somebody. Now playing Melmo the Wanderer. Hi, I'm back, by the way. Me too, buddy. Thank you. How are folks doing tonight? You didn't in fact shoot a guy while AFK? Hell yeah. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, the bird thing. We don't know. I guess they felt we needed a mascot. At one point we tried commissioning a mechanical one, but there was a fire. Hey, why am I telling you this, captive audience? Ha! Hey, it's Matt.
Hiya, kid. Hiya. Boss, the new act seems like a terrific success. The comic cards are really not and they really help me. Ah!
Wait, what are you all even trying to accomplish? Like, is this a coup? Kind of the theater controlled the city already. Actually, we're all more like contract workers. The owners of the city have managed to insulate themselves so well against history that they no longer believe that it exists. But still, they dream about it, and in the depths of their seclusion, the dream resembles a nightmare. Am I intentionally giving her a Grimes voice at this point? Maybe. A tangled procession of ceremonies and masks could bear the motiveless coups and murderers in hidden rooms. And so that's what we stage for them day after day to soothe them in their dreaming business. How do you like our new sign? History is a nightmare and loving it. And handing out rifles to drunk college grads seems it gets them involved. They feel like a part of the process.
It's not like we're completely irresponsible, see? These are prop cards, they're not even loaded.
Oh, what a party!
You did this, didn't you? You did this, didn't you? I am tied to a chair! Yes, but it all makes sense now. You were there when the night college was wiped out. And when our supply warehouses in Hicktown were burned down. Have you been after my job from the start? You even took over my movie franchise. It was supposed to be my side hustle. Now there's the BB movies. Nobody remembers who directed the first one. I don't even get residuals!
Girl, I don't either. The fuck?
Oh, you great party, huh?
Do you think I got all this arts funding by being nice? I've made more theater kids than Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark! Yeah! Oh my god! Oh my god! Coming up jump for! Nice try. Incidentally, delivery like that is why you only got 2 lines in the civic play? Yeah, well, I never even wanted to be in your corny play. I had my own plans for that week, my own cultural ambitions, but nobody ever bothered to ask me what they were. What were your ambitions, BB? I wanted to do a color issue! Don't you point that thing at me, young lady. What did I just say? See, that's how you do a death scene. Pity you grabbed a prop sword. Situational awareness is very important in this line of work. Fuck! What are you staring at? Help me up, would you? My goodness, who do we have here? I am Bosso, you idiots! Bosso! No, I don't think so. Director Bosso is right here. But you don't look anything like her. My Bosso hasn't caught up yet. I hear people moving behind the curtains on both sides. A small, soft grunt, the scrape of props, low creak of old rope and winches. Is it a little late to be changing sets?
Restricted policeman area, prepare to die. Hold on, fellows, this one isn't wearing a mask. Are you undercover? Say something on cop.
10-4, spread him. Oh my god, it's a mirage telling you. Oh, it's a... This one checks out. Feels good to be out of those dog outfits. Gee, I thought mine suited me.
You guys have made a necklace out of ears. Creativity is what makes us human.
How moded iconography. No place for you in police theater. Do some aesthetics count as crime? Hear me out. I'm workshopping some new ideas. Mission accomplished, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. Is there an exit around here? I want to guard it. First, we have to report to the CO. The crucial stage is yet to come. Hey, good work, guys. Looks like you managed to catch a dangerous criminal. We did? Yes, indeed. BB here has been a person of interest ever since the case of the mysterious theater a few months back. Oh, this fucker again from the first game.
I wasn't sure whether you guys remembered that. It's been a busy period, but I'm sure we would have gotten round to you eventually. Ha ha ha. Boss, we found the thing. Well, there's no time like the present. Let's take a walk. Might notice some new decor around here. We've been forced to put the theater under police control following the attempted uprising of armed killers. Who gave you guys real ammo? And well, those guys real ammo anyway. We did. We have great things planned for the first season of Police Theater. Now, I know what you're thinking. Young people want their serial killers to have more of an unlicensed indie feel. I used to be pretty alternative myself. Check out my K Records tattoo. Ugh, I hate posers, y'all. You see, Basso always thought she was the one who knew where to find the owners, but she was wrong. They told me to, whispering through the static on my Dick Tracy communicator watch. That's how I know the city tires of an age of horror and dreams instead about an age of law. Isn't that good news? Sometimes I'm happy I can't stand myself. When I too am full of joy, I think of how little good my health did anyone near me. Come on in, boss. Please dog follow the trail in here. Bark, bark, bark. That's just a kink. That is somebody's kink. What is that? Civil legitimacy. Blood her. Just a precaution. Killers go crazy for the smell of blood. Now you go first and we'll watch and see what happens to you. Urine here has this sour aftertaste of someone's breath. Veins beating slowly in the wall. Are these the corridors of power that everyone talks about? We don't need a running commentary. Lumpy chair-like animals scuttle by unseeing. Involuntarily, I recall dark legends of the city's past. At some point, the town fathers began interbreeding with their own real estate portfolios. I push on past the dripping chambers. And if I have lived through this, I'm going to climb into a bathtub and never get back out. At least I've decided what I'm doing myself after college. Oh, the marble temples of the law. Now keep going towards them or I'll shoot you in the head. You know, when I was younger, the history of the world seemed like an endless series of police actions. All the squashed peasant revolts, interminable centuries of torture, beheadings. I thought, wow, how did people back then put up with it all? Surely they must have been tougher than me. Must have had different bodies, ones that couldn't feel as much pain. I sure wouldn't have been able to live like that. Not me, not for a moment. So I joined the police force because I was sensitive. So I became a cop and quickly realized there's no such thing as sensitivity. Everyone can be made to feel the same degree of pain. History seemed to me a nightmare, worse than before. I thought, great. Amazing, I've matured now. For sure, I've really grown up. Now I peered into the true depths of suffering that make up the world. I'm stoic, realistic. At least now I know just how bad it can get. Ha! Oops! Every time I said that, I'd find out the truth was worse. Worse and worse. An ocean of blood that went down forever. And as I looked into it, I discovered the higher dimension to police work. I found out that the capacity for happiness was finite, while the capacity for misery was infinite. And that waiting in the bottomless pit of infinity was the unspeakable policeman known as God. You want a universe of bottomless artificial suffering? Could have stayed home and played video games. This way I also get a pension! Well, here we are. I wonder where everybody is. I get it, they're busy people, city founders. They probably want us to let ourselves in. Please attend, please attend. You see, they're calling us up already. Grand new age of municipal cooperation is about to begin. Let's all go get keys to the city. Please attend. Did you do all of your reading? Marble tombs are oddly brittle, slick, and wet to touch. Who'd want to meet anyone who lived here? It's like walking through a tonsil stone. Hey, look, that guy's too busy spieling to himself to even notice I got away. The more I see this place, the more haphazardly it seems put together. Stately columns piled in heaps, buildings with no doors or windows. I guess it's just yield and style, but it feels more like walking around a furniture showroom.
Please sit down. Make yourselves at home. You're all the ugly up tomorrow. What the fuck is this? Just remember, no cheating is allowed. Do your best. Let's start with an easy one. Question 1. When was the horror genre invented in English? That's right, the answer is 1651, when Hobbes and his Leviathan boldly presupposed a terrifying universe of undirected violence, the better to contrast with that emerging condition of directed violence known as the state. So it was the realm of legitimate violence that also produced the realm of illegitimate violence. The kingdom of politics coeval with the kingdom of horror. Two nations sharing a border, trading back and forth. Images, ideas.
Bossy's getting political or something.
A kind of power-sharing agreement in which all were to attain dual citizenship, never allowed to be certain just which nation would exert the final claim. And it worked out quite tremendously. Only doesn't it seem unfair that horror should always remain a silent partner? Clips and photos documents the imagery of editorial cartoons. Only tastefully receded in the background once again. Don't you think it's time they had their turn?
Shut up. Wait, see this? The terrible secret buried underneath the town would be more terrible. This is the single least threatening room I've been in all day. Did I just get lost? Maybe it's a sublet. The thing is, I know from cheaply made horror tchotchkes, most of the stuff even my sister couldn't sell, moldering non-union bogies flap sadly from the shadows. Tired and covered in blood and missing my shows, I wish I even knew which layer of fake city I was on by now. It's like this town was built on images of itself instead of bedrock. I have to admit, the theming grows more inventive the further I get. The rubber mummy room gives me vague flashbacks to civics class. Is it someone's birthday or what? And down here is...
It's here! You with the bird! Hands above your head!
What? It's puppets.
It's also about BB. You never have to second guess yourself. Serve as raw material to the grand structure of history. Could there be a more nobler aim?
For what is good must be eternal, and vice versa.
It's been great for my career. I'm thinking of becoming a Vocaloid.
Police action! Police action!
Fuck! Come back here, I have more folksy monologues. First rule of making scenes is never to talk to the police! I could tell if I was dead yet. It might save time. Hi, hello, nice to see you. me Baby Bird, that's right, call me BB. Ha ha ha! Hey, I remember you. Didn't I once kill you with a shoe? Let's not dwell on the past. What's important is the world to come. You hear it? Guards on corpse fat, the killer prepares to regurgitate the future in his own dread image. Distracted and slow, for once vulnerable to moral frailties. Interesting, right? Why are you telling me this? What do I care? I am the baby that always denies. Besides, we shared a larynx once. Think of me as the still, quiet voice of inner conscience. Listen, this is just for defense. Got it? Finish the thought. Oh, I feel great. This is just what I needed. The others were holding me back. They never appreciated my mix CD. I've always been the smartest one in the room. Natural authority flows from my hands like smoke. When the owners see, they'll make me king for sure. That's a life for someone sensitive like me. Columns and things, the finer shit. Knew it. Faces from history books, everyone I ever looked up to, they're all here living underground. They all know my work, they've all been waiting for me here. Watch out, I have on the trail of a vicious killer. You do, mister, better watch your back. He says that he eats cops to pieces. What am I doing? These guys have a higher kill count than the International Monetary Fund. I didn't think I'd be able to shoot it out. I looked to pick things off the floor. Some of these corpses seem familiar. What am I doing? Has there ever been a horror film where shooting the monster worked? You wait for shoot him already. Don't rush me, you little shit. Burst the egg of the new. You shoot him if you're in such a hurry, but you're the famous murderer. I've never killed anyone. Intentionally that I know about. The chariot of victory goes forth, drawn by the two horses of victory. How exalting it is to fall under its wheels. Behold, the counterworld is born. Opposite of all that is, the death in life. It looks pretty much the same as before, actually, just in different colors. Is that negative for you? Still glimpse on moonlight reflecting unchanging. In mathematic terms, it's technically an inverse. Nazi, everything you guys did, you remade the world, and the only thing you wanted to change about it was a color scheme.
Well, sure. What else is there?
Are you all stupid?
Listen. Look, it's not good to be too critical. You shouldn't meddle with the laws of history. Darwin and stuff.
Private water park enterprise. So, are we all dead?
How would anyone be able to tell?
I'm not sure I could get used to being a blonde. Dear Zizi, how are you? I am well. I hope you are having fun at the convention. What is a Toho? In my opinion, you picked a good weekend to get out of the city.
Folks, the results are in. Please welcome the new city council. Strangleman, Miss Strangleman, Strangleman Jr., Gore Vidal, First Person Shooter, Lady Monstradamus, Tsar Nicholas II, The Exquisite Corpse, Hyper Chop, and returning Director Bosso. Also, you're looking well. Divulge to us your skincare secret.
The life and art keeps the spirit young. Things are otherwise, pretty much back to usual, or possibly more so. After that first night, the new colors seemed to fade, but maybe I just got used to them. Nobody else seems to notice, that something happened, so I've been trying to keep track of all the changes in my zine. Circulation continues to drop rapidly. Tammy, now a fitness center. Certain types of cereal rebranded. Sexy green M&M now wearing hood and rubber boots in promotional material. Animatronic skeleton from Judas Priest's Turbo Lover now secretary for the interior. Anyway, since downtown is still partly on fire, I've had to call in an arcane family favor and have been staying with my aunt and uncle YY and our cousins in the suburbs. much conversation concerns current events. First night I was there, aunt and uncle said what was happening had been no surprise given the way things were going these days. The second night, our cousins showed up to dinner wearing bird masks and said they'd gotten into a podcast which explained why everything that had been going on was good. On the third night, I found all the knives in the house had been sharpened. Aunt YY kept weighing me, and our uncle was reading from a cookbook called To Serve Man. So I've been trying to get out for walks as much as possible. Suburbs are fine, but all the right angles throw me off. It's like living in a crossword puzzle and not being able to see any of the clues. Trying to detect a secret order in 200 streets named after trees. It's so quiet and still that it's like even the houses are asleep. What do the suburbs even dream about? I haven't been here long enough to say. Hopefully it's something good. This timeline also has turbo lever, it's true. The backyards are fenced away, but at bits you can look through and glimpse some new place. Open and uncertain, in the chance intersection of a wall, a roof, a vacant lot. As though still folded up inside the world, there was a different kind of negative. Anyway, I will leave you on that peppy image. Enjoy the convention and don't worry about me from here. After all, one good thing about history is that the worst of it is probably over. Sincerely, your correspondent, BB. That's the end of the actual main game. So let's continue looking through here. Hello? What's that? Am I BB? I'm taller than she was, don't you think? I hope you like the video game. To be honest, I found them a bit repetitive. All that digging through old basements, chased around, never getting the full picture. Who wants to live like a rat all the time? Next time I die, I'll come back as a bird. Tonight, George Jones, Europe's top George Jones impersonator. An opening act, the fabulous singing Cowbee Sisters. Say new wave and old time will be one and the same a little bit later on in the game. Are you sure this is a Hank Williams song? I'm not really sure I get the plan here. Listen, do you know how many flyers for these kinds of bands I saw on my trip outside the city? In every bar, in every town, a whole underground economy of cowboy hats. We could go there. We could escape into the land of country music where there are always happy endings. So hurry up and pick a real country song. I told you I don't know any. Well, I guess I heard one once. They're gonna find us. They're gonna find us. They're gonna find us someday. We'll steal away to the dark end of the street, you and me. Alright, we're relaunching the game for a little bit more. There's plenty of bad country out there. But there's also plenty of good country out there. Music's music, you see. I'm gonna see if there is anything about the bonus content.
Bonus tunnels. Enter at own risk. Bonus zone. Watch out for spoilers. Viva non non. Press it. Oh, hell yeah! We got costume select! Aw, this is cool. I really liked this. Hall of Paintings. BB. Outside of the major capitals, you must construct a subculture identity from whatever comes to hand. A chance encounter with the BB Buell version of My Little Red Book caused BB to change her name and become New Wave, despite it never being able to figure out exactly what it was that this entailed. Zines and polka dots somehow seemed to be involved. Has an exaggerated sense of XX City as a cultural backwater despite the area's many fine gift shops and crematoriums. Many people on first encounter Reader as some kind of talking bipedal mouse, which is perhaps an unconscious exercise in mimic camouflage. Zizi, BB's eldest sister. Her irregular sleep pattern seemed to grant mysterious insight into the nature of the free market, giving her an uncanny ability to correctly price whatever clutter the two can steal from the neighboring empty apartments. As the old as her taste tends to run toward the monumental over the scrappy. Rather than zines, she spent the last several years tinkering with a 1,000-page novel she ominously describes as, quote, the Mason Dixon of Toho fanfic. But is the world ready? Oh my fucking god. Professor Zhu, renowned professor of humanistic classical studies, Professor Zhu was recruited by the Art Appreciators Club after the events of May 68 in an effort to win back radicalized youth voters by coming up with a muscular, reinvigorated interpretation of the Western canon. Gathering his postgrads in a secluded research building, the group was soon so caught up in their findings they didn't notice the disappearance of their enemies, or their funding, or that the building was slowly being absorbed by a discount clothing outlet, itself replaced by an apartment block. Professor Zhu's personal life is on loan. He did not leave the house enough. The Killer. Mechanical drinky bird possessed by an evil metaphor for history. The killer does not seem to think or perceive in any way we'd recognize, guided instead by mysterious Kleistian intuition. Its goals remain unknown. Originally created as a mascot for the theater group and modeled after a mysterious recurring bird-headed entity in the work of Alfred Kubin. In this way, the killer can be described as a kind of vengeful symbolist equivalent to Mr. Met, although probably not out loud. Cool Policeman, aka Cool Detective, Joe Detective. Fragments of policeman language discovered by Piranesi in his surveys of ancient Roman prisons speak of a legendary figure who shall arise to lead the depised policemen to their proper role atop history. Yea, and he shall smite the criminal, though also knows about bands, and venerate the owners, though also have opinions about coffee. Perhaps most well known as the cop from the Blondie song Ex-Offender, Joe has remained proud of his punk rock credentials. Bears a twin-like resemblance to Beto O'Rourke. Tammy. The human girl Tammy K's last sighting was on a school trip to a distant lake. While there, she was shown something, or murdered, by the killer. The translation is unclear. It has since haunted the world as an emissary from the sunken future she refers to as Economy 2. Tammy is said to spawn from unattended bodies of still water like undrained pools and neglected office water coolers. So, ever more of the warehouses outside the city are becoming Tammy. They say it's great. Won't you try? Morality animal. Monster robot driven berserk by the attempt to codify moral law into the alien language of aesthetics. It will try to translate all life into art objects that it finds most legible. The morality animal itself is a watchable ball-like creature, protected by a golden mask as a hermit crab is by its shell. By law of unity of opposites, it has amassed a large pornographic fan base. Before his celebrated career as a moral artist, MT Lot trained as a Disneyland Imagineer. As with many artists, his late style is in a way a return to the beginning. Chat, would you look at pornography of this man? Out of principle. Concerned citizen, heir to the long-dead Drinky Bird factory of Rivertown, which was destroyed by a fire soon after a mysterious commission from a group in XX City. The issue of his lost patrimony, though the young heir was able to live more than comfortably, caused the citizen to develop an elaborate and melancholy theory of history, although perhaps it would have been more helpful to find out just who they'd been working with. Scarred with burns, he keeps his face under a hood out of a sense of civic responsibility that nobody should have to look at unsettling things. Clarice started a zine distro as a way to meet new people. Her interest in local history did not go unnoticed, and she found at least one fervent reader. Clarice's current location, activities, and precise degree of homicidal rage are all unknown. Despite BB's advocacy, has been formally expelled from the XX City Regional Zine Network for non-payment of received copies, $6.99. Mappy. In order to sustain their endless play, agents of the Immersive Theater regularly conducted raids on the city libraries and thrift stores for fresh textual materials to include inside the opus. In the course of all the syncretism, sometimes wires can be crossed. The entity known as Mappy appears to be a result of confusion between the Namco character of the same name and the classical demon Mephistopheles. Surviving past his original role in the text, Mappy continues to emerge unexpectedly in the role of Tempter and to pull the play into directions of his own, harried by deadlines none of the staff seem to notice. Frequently accompanied by Prison Man, an imago of the terrestrial power formed when a copy of Valis got scrambled with the manual to the NES game Battle City. Handy and Mandy, former stars of the public access television show The Handy Mandy Medical Power Hour, whose single episode has gained trivia night notoriety as the most swiftly canceled episode of live television ever broadcast after they kicked it off by vivisecting a dog. Their last words on air together were, "Next time we put it back together again." Yay, they fixed him while hiding out in Rivertown for varied medical crimes. They came across the writings of the concerned citizen and were deeply moved by his anti-murderer vision, despite themselves having a kill count in the high 20s. Somehow it never came up and everyone got on well together. Battle City, like the Yu-Gi-Oh arc. Oh my god. Mr. President, in the 1950s, a European emigre to California wrote a book called Gidget about the neighboring surf culture. The popularity of the Sandra Dean movie led to a nationwide surf craze and several popular bands based on the aesthetic, but sometimes the phenomenon looks back. The origins and early purpose of the surf cult negative way, also known as the Hot Dog Gang for their preferred beachfront food item, are unknown, in part because the leading members seem to disappear overnight. Those that remain steered the organization in a more liberal, Habermasian direction, as the new age outfit Positive Way. Based on the response of their emissary, there is some evidence that their original members were not amused. Yodi Gun Jam. Claude, Max, and Ray, BB's classmates and co-workers on the mandatory semester group project. Despite their dissimilar artistic tastes, the three seem drawn together by unconscious instinct into the archetypical art school triad of nerd, hunk, and juvenile delinquent. All three are fascinated by BB's sister Zizi, who they picture as a worldly and glamorous older woman prone to taking broke students out to restaurants and buying them expensive gifts. BB's role in the cultivation of these rumors is emphatically denied. How's the anthology? Oh, we're done. We're going through the bonus content. This kicked ass. Blue D. Hans, session musician for the sensational guitarists of Dan and Dale, neither of whom existed. Perhaps this was what sparked his interest in negation. Disappeared on an Australian tour and reappeared some months later with his own combo, whose horror maniac aesthetic was regionally popular before he alienated the garage rock audience by pivoting to sound collage for a series of poorly received albums on ESP disc. Has an unexplained level of chart success in the Netherlands, has never been seen in the same room as the singing resident at the same time. Still plotting his comeback tour. Marcy, former zine star who now uses her subcultural knowledge for evil, reportedly a member of reclusive management company Ragmop, itself a front for an even more sinister group known only as the Deep Chamber of Commerce. Mercy has been long assumed dead by her old colleagues in the zine subculture, despite continuing to make well-compensated motivational guest lectures every year at Goldman Sachs. Spent many years in a complex psychosexual folie deux with an editor at Semiotext, as was the style at the time. Folie? I don't know how to pronounce French. Do I look Canadian to y'all? Don't answer that. All of mob characters. Which one's your favorite? I like this dude's shirt. It just says kill. I like you. Oh, I love you. All of Unity Stars. Okay, I'll talk about the One Ring. Suppose. Alright. The One Ring. 4 mana for a legendary indestructible artifact. When it enters, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each burden counter on the One Ring. Tap, put a burden counter on the One Ring, then draw a card for each burden counter on the One Ring. This card is just generically powerful. Like, there's a reason the cheapest printing of this card is $86 fucking dollars. This is a mega pushed card. People were running like 4 copies of it in their modern decks. You still see it in a lot of competitive environments that aren't standard. I hate this thing. I fucking hate this thing. Like, I unironically hate something that's just kind of generically good. I want it to suffer. under the weight of being banned. And the thing is, people don't really play it as much for the card draw, but it is just generically good card draw. It's really generically good card draw, as well as, like, really extended protection from fucking everything. I want the One Ring to go away. V Light Volumetric Lights, Brian Sue. Suburban Neighborhood House Pack, Finward Studios. Magic Mirror Light, Jeff Johnson. Water Effects for Low Poly Style, Pure Evil Studio. Putting these in the same scene seems to confuse reflections. Oh, that is interesting. Oh yeah, like, lore-wise, it makes sense that it's overpowered. But also, it's just fucking ridiculous. Hall of Objects, Carpets, and Wallpaper. Fish. Normally, I'm not the kind of person to stream a lot of the extras that get included with games. But I like to do this.
Fish.
You can tell that a lot of effort went into these assets. Just like keeping it stylistically consistent. Hall of Influences, Junji Ito, Uzumaki, A.D. Gen, the Mush Noir Library, Tsubaki Izumi, Monthly Girls Nozaki-kun. Nazi Literature of the Americas. Victoria Nelson, The Secret Life of Puppets, Eyes That Face, Undertaker and His Pals, Haunted PS1 Collection, Fantamella, Thomas and Nardo, Smarty, Little Lulu, The Other Side, BPRD, Assorted Scrooge McDuck comics, Lipstick Traces, Ill Bleed, The Go-Go's, Beauty and the Beat, oh my god. Bring me the head of Pere Ubu. Hall of Predecessors. Strange Town, the original version of the Killer Games was made in RPG Maker. It starred a slightly more lanky and bedraggled version of BB. And had an attempt at a more serious tone. I wanted to release some of these under a different name to get used to the requirements of straight narrative, but would always flounder at the point where the horror was meant to start and then abandon the game. Here's some footage as far as I got with this first version. You can see that a lot of jokes were reused for later games. Another reason I never continued is that the minimum size of RPG Maker MV standalone download games is like 300 megabytes due to each containing an entire copy of Chrome. For some reason, the future sure is incredible. Ten beautiful postcards. Before the horror games, I spent around 5 years making ever more diffuse collage games. I was happy with how this one came out, but I needed to make more of them for a while. What excited me was the idea of starting again, figuring out stuff from the basics, so I started trying to just make straight narrative games for a while. Maybe serialized ones, so I could see them mutate over time. You must change the Arrive, as Rilke said when he went into witness protection. Case of Mysterious Torso, 190X. I'm not such a bad guy. I love to unwind with my collection of spiders. Glimby, a Meeboid-sized changeling who starred in her own game in 2016. I always thought about a Glimby too, which would involve multiple specialized Glimbys, Brain Glimby, Sports Glimby, etc. And an idea I thought was funny was that there'd also be a new wave Glimby, themed around the vaguest possible musical subculture. I never got around to the new wave Glimby left on a shelf that would got around to it, but the new wave Glimby left on a shelf would eventually get weird and spore off into BB. Cool. Don Orlo's Magazine, earlier an abandoned attempt at a serial narrative and RPG maker with multiple characters who all had different features at the same magazine. One of the characters was Pippi, a triangle with a ribbon, who wrote investigative reports by wandering around and interacting with eye icons. Face of the Killer. This is a decade-old unfinished prototype that I was playing with at one point. The idea of a police procedural parody where you just wander around while horrible Jalo murders happen in the background. I was inspired by the way a lot of pleasure in cop media is the little incidental stuff. Hanging out, morning coffee, but in order to have those scenes, they need to be framed around the investigation of some murdered body. I thought it would be funny if they were regarded as two parts of the same ritual, each implicit in the other. Anyway, the character Cool Policeman was the player character in this one. He appears in the first Killer game in part because he was already lying around. The earliest version of BB was a little detective in a coat and hat. Her sister was the more idiosyncratic new wave one with the fringe, but after a while I realized that was the character I was looking forward to using more. Initially the style was going to be all straight lines in homage to Ogo no Haka, Mystery House, etc., but it was a pain. Ooh, another Doodles from before the RPG Maker version. And all the horror characters sat around until I tried out the Doodle Studio 95 tool and drew BB as a test. We seem to get ever more Sanrio-esque with each incarnation. The test game grew into Voice of the Killer. Turning the games 3D also made them feel more naturally grounded and atmospheric and let them draw more directly on memories of real places. In the end, what finally made it work for me was putting the goofy Dell Comics versions of the characters into the comparatively more straight Junji Ito-inspired version of the setting from the RPG Maker games. Untitled Multimedia Fusion game. This one never got past a sprite sheet. After giving up on the RPG Maker game, I spent a while doodling little guys and eventually came up with a redone, cartoonier version of BB with a squat body inspired by old Gold Key comic guys. I liked the design, but I didn't want to make a purely comedic version of the horror idea, so I never did anything with the sketches. Thanketh ye for playing. That's so cute. Oh my god. And that, my friends, is Anthology of the Killer. That was awesome. I had a lot of fun with this. I'm glad it was a lot of fun. You're a lot of fun, Rachel. Alright. Let's go to our end card real quick. Alright. Chat. Remember, I've got a poll going right now. It's going for the next 2 hours and 55 minutes. You can vote for my next Tuesday game. You've got between Kirby Canvas Curse, Time on DS, Time Spinner on Vita, Last Window, The Secret of Cape West for the DS, Sly 2 on Vita, Bangai O Spirits for the DS, and Hotaru no Niki, The Firefly Diary on Vita. That is, in fact, how it's pronounced. HTOL hashtag NIQ Hotaru no Niki. Alright. And if you want to join the Discord and hang out with us sometime, please do. That was a lot of, we have a lot of fun here. If you want to follow me on social media, my Blue Sky is proxyglitchcat.bluesky.social, well, bsky.social, and my Bandcamp is proxy with 2 Rs.bandcamp.com. And if you want to follow the VOD channel, I swear more stuff's coming out. I have been so fucking busy, y'all. Right, now who do we raid? We're just gonna do this as a fucking raid message real quick. Let's see, who is live? Let's see, Masumi's live. Dorithia's live. Zoen's live. Rory's live. Juker's live. Gamma Chris is live. Yeah, of course. Gamma just moved too? Fuck yeah. And thanks for dropping by, Alsasmith. Really do appreciate it. Alright, we're all gonna go drop into Gamma Chris's channel. Alright, I will be back on Tuesday. Currently, it looks like Kirby Canvas Curse is in the lead. But there's still 3 hours left in the poll. Alright, thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been so fun. Cat Cafe is closed for today, but we will always welcome you back again another day. Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.